So you think that the professional flag football players are better at flag football than professional football players?
Potentially.
Why would they be?
Because
it's football. I know you're not tackling, but it's football.
I mean, I wasn't a big football player. I mean, I was big when I was playing. I was 208 pounds, but by far not even close to one of the biggest players. Physicality was something I used to my advantage. Like being able to run through it. All right, you might be bigger than me, but I don't think you can really tackle me.
Right.
So I can physically be stronger than you, even though you're bigger than me, type of thing. You can't hit in flag football. It's nuanced to grab a flag. And by the way, have you seen these new flags?
Are they slippery?
The flag football?
What?
When you play flag football in elementary school, how was the flag connected?
Man, I didn't play flag football.
Okay, but when you played it in school, you had to play it in school.
No, I didn't, but okay.
Sean, how was the flag connected?
So there's two ways. There's a pop flag.
When you were in school, how was it connected?
Through a belt.
It was a belt and it had Velcro, right?
Yeah, Velcro. Yeah.
These flags now they're popped.
Yeah.
So you have to pop it out of a socket.
Yeah.
And if you grab the end of a flag, and I only know this because I coached my first flag football with the 9 and 10-year-old girls last night. So when you pull the flag, if you grab it at the bottom, it's not going to come out. You kind of got to grab it near the top.
Tiki, as a flag football champion out on Long Island for a long time, I'm going to help you something with the coaching.
What's that?
Tell them to grab for the belt and work their way to the pop end of the flag. It holds up the runner for just a second.
No, you're right. That's what we're going to teach. Grab at the belt, not at the bottom of the flag. Grab at the belt. And so my point is, physicality is not going to help the NFL players.
Right. Von Miller's not going to benefit from that.
He's going to get run around. He's 36 years old.
If you grab a flag.
Rob Gronkowski, when was the last time he did something really athletic?
This is where an Isaiah Simmons would be a better defensive player than Von Miller.
100%. And if you have a quarterback, it better not be Tom Brady. It better be Jalen Hurts.
You got to run around.
You got to run around.
If you grab the flag but you drop it, like you grab it but it comes out, does that count?
Yeah.
So you just have to knock it out.
You have to get it out. But it's a pop. It's a pop thing. It doesn't come out easily.
It takes a little more thrust.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Got to thrust.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, Precision Cooking, Effortless Results, ChefIQ.com. Russell Wilson's definitely not going to be a Giants third quarterback because Abdul Carter is taking his number 3.
Wow.
That's his decision on a number change?
He is. Remember all last year's discourse? Will LT's number get retired? He lasted 51 for 1 year.
Right.
He is switching to number 3. This Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire.
You knew it was going to be a single digit.
Yes. That one I
knew it was.
Yeah, you figured. I thought he was going to take Kayvon's number when he got traded. But he hasn't been traded.
No.
So it hasn't happened yet.
He's not.
All right, so go buy your new Abdul Carter jerseys.
So our edge rushers are 0, 5, and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I hate that.
It really is so
It's
bad.
odd. I
Just
mean,
give me a number 94.
We got to get used to it because that's just the NFL today, but it's odd.
Right.
It's odd. Let's get back to your calls. We've talked about the expansion of the NCAA, but also this wild idea from a Wisconsin player of actually having best of 3 in the Sweet 16 and beyond.
Nah.
888-808-1019. Marty's in Westchester. Hey, Marty.
Yes. Hi, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
What's up?
Very interesting topic. First of all, I don't like the 2 out of 3 in the NCAA. There's too many games. But what I wouldn't mind would be an expansion of the NCAA tournament to give some of the mid-majors who, as an example, won their regular season conference but lost in their tournaments. I'll give you a perfect example. Navy had a really good season. They won 27 games. They won their conference.
Yeah.
They lost a really tough game to Boston U on a buzzer beater. They didn't make the NCAA.
Right.
One other factor here is that I really believe that the NIT has long outlived its usefulness. They don't even play at the Garden anymore. Who talks about the NIT?
And not only that, Marty, teams are choosing not to participate.
That's right. What was the stat that I saw? It was, I forgot. It was like none of the Power 5 conferences accepted the NIT.
Yeah, Seton Hall, right after they didn't make the NCAAs, they came out and said, we're done.
Yeah.
Season's over. And this is now becoming a very common trend of teams saying, we're good. We're not going to be in the NCAAs.
I honestly feel like the better solution is to make a pre-tournament tournament. So instead of being, what's the play-in? Like, it's 8 teams? 8 teams in that play-in? Make it like 16 teams.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So it's like a pre-tournament Sweet 16, something like that. Whatever, you call it something else, not even Sweet 16, whatever, because you can't use that. But it's a 16-team tournament that allows the winners, top 4, whatever, end up going into the NCAA tournament. That's how you have to do it.
Yeah, what you can't have is when the season is over, ask teams to play in a tournament that's basically called the loser bracket.
Yes.
Because that's essentially what it is.
It's got to lead to something. So if you're going to do something like the NIT, it's got to get you into the NCAA tournament.
Right.
But that's that adds another week or so.
Yeah, now they're not going to do that, but to his point, I think what eliminates this is teams saying no. Mm-hmm. That's the death of the NIT, the death of the other one. What's it called? The CAA, the COB, the UTC.
I don't even remember.
They got CBA.
And then there's another one.
The CBT.
No, there's another one. Isn't there another tournament like Vegas or something like that? Like the UCLB?
The CBI?
Maybe this. No.
College Basketball Invitational?
Whatever.
I thought that was preseason.
No, I think it's after the season. Like if teams are going to say no, that's when you know you've lost. That's when you know it's done. Let's go to John in Jersey. Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Hello, John. John going once.
Hello?
Oh,
hey, what's going on? It's John.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, I was calling in regards to the topic of expanding the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't understand why the NFL hasn't already added maybe 4 to 6 international teams to the NFL. You know, get the rest of the world involved, some energy around it, similar to like the World Cup.
Yeah, the logistics would just be
international games.
Yeah, logistics would be just way too hard.
Yeah, but if he gets what he wants, he said 4 teams. So let's say you had 4 teams in Europe, then the logistics aren't that hard because at least you have a division of just European teams. They could do it if they want.
But then they have to play the way that the schedule is you're going West Coast to Europe.
Yeah, it happens.
Europe to West Coast. That's a grind.
They're already
dude.
sending teams out to Europe. Why are we acting like this is so crazy? And if you're playing 2 of them, you do it in back-to-back weeks. It really, honestly, I can break this down. I'm not going to because I would need AI to guide me. Yeah. I can build a schedule where this is no biggie.
You could because you have a European team stay in the United States for 2 weeks at a time. But then, that's such a disadvantage because when you think about travel and baseball, it feels daunting. Travel and basketball feels daunting. Travel in the NFL, you're gone for 1 night a week if you're on the road. So you're basically sleeping out of your own home for 8 days, maybe 9 days out of the entire football season. And now you're going to ask a team that's based in Europe to do, I don't know, 30 days. It's just not fair.
Well, the disadvantage is, and maybe I'm wrong about this, in free agency, are teams going to want to play for Madrid? They may say, I don't want to live there for half the season.
No,
I don't want to deal with the travel.
That's probably more the issue.
Yeah.
How am I getting paid?
Right. How are you getting paid?
Meaning,
you're getting paid with pesos?
Yeah.
What's pesos? I apologize.
What, in Madrid? I think it's euros.
You're right. It was euros. I was just there. It's all euros.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues that come up.
But you know what's
because
funny?
you get, I remember this from playing. You paid income tax based on where you play, like where you earned your paycheck.
Right.
So I'd end up having to file 8 different or 6 different income tax returns.
Because of all the road games.
Yes, because all the road games.
Yeah.
And some of them are beneficial to you. Playing Florida, you're playing Texas, it's great. But a lot of them weren't. California.
But think about this. Right now, teams are already going to Europe essentially once a year.
Yes.
So if you added a European division, which I'm not even saying I want, I'm just saying they could do it if they wanted, you're going to Europe twice a year,
right.
But really once a year because you'll probably go back to back and get the 2 games done in a row. So yes, it'll be tough for the European teams, especially attracting players to want to play there. But as far as Giant fans and Jet fans, it ain't that complicated.
No.
You don't go there that often. So they can do it if they want. And here's the truth, Tiki, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know what year they're going to do it, but you can mark my words. They're going to do it. Kendrick and Suffering. What's up, my man?
Gentlemen, first of all, I love the flag football talk. Tiki, you and I, we have mutual friends. I coach their son and my son. They're having a great time playing this game. And I think, my son will come home from practice, watch on YouTube. Once this game gets some exposure, the youth love it, and I think it's going to explode. So yesterday, I know I don't always call in as I used to, but I'm always listening. Yesterday, I would have to take your side with flag football over baseball, but I didn't call because of that. I called because a few years ago, FDU had a Suffering kid on their team when they beat Purdue, and yesterday, as Siena gave Duke everything they had, I once again was rooting for a Suffering Mountie, who I had the pleasure of coaching years ago. So,
nice. Who was it?
No,
Who was it? Which one? What was his name?
His name's Chris Torres. He wasn't one of the 5, so he didn't get in, but great kid, great family, local kid. And so, to hear Sean and Evan mock the banner raising of the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference champion Siena Saints, I had to call and defend the hometown and give credit where credit is due. And I also wanted to call because I don't always get to, and I've been listening all week, and I wanted to throw a trade out there. And Sean, if you could check Reddit just to make sure this is an original of mine. I did send this out. I did send this out to you guys on Twitter. I always reach out. But Tiki, I wanted your thoughts on this.
Mm-hmm.
If Jeremiah Love is the guy that Harbaugh wants, and we saw his brother when he first came to the Chargers. These Harbaughs, they have a way of winning, and they know what butters their bread. And so if they want this running back and they need to trade up to the Jets, here's a trade idea for you, Tiki.
Go ahead.
Like your thought on it. Kayvon, pick 5 and a 4th rounder for 2. And that would allow the Jets to get Kayvon and whatever defender drops to 5, because assuming the top 2 picks are offense, we're going to get Styles or Reese or Bailey. So just wanted your thought on that, and wanted to let you guys know I'm always listening.
Thank you.
Good show as always.
So trade with the Jets for
Kayvon?
For to go to number 2.
Right.
So the Jets get Kayvon and number 5.
And a 4th-round pick.
And a 4th-round pick.
Yes.
And the Giants go to number 2 to take Jeremiah Love?
Yeah. Sean's going to have a coronary back there.
Are you even entertaining this?
Kiss my fat ass!
What is the side?
I don't think the Giants need it's interesting thought, but I don't think the Giants are ultimately going to get Jeremiah Love.
The Giants stink.
Hold on. No,
I don't think they actually want him.
Okay.
And they certainly are not going to trade up to get him.
Okay. All right, we got this.
Now, with that
Thank
being
God.
said, Jeremiah Love's probably going to Tennessee. And so
yeah,
you'd have to trade up to ensure you get him with the Giants at 5 and Tennessee
I
at
don't
4.
think the Giants desperately need Jeremiah Love.
Okay.
I think they'll take the best available, and if they end up staying where they are, they'll take Sonny Styles.
All right. So that you took a weird way to get there, because I agree with everything you just finished with, but you can't even entertain the phone call. It's one thing to take Jeremiah Love.
Well, the Giants
at 5.
don't need to go to 2.
That's exactly my point. Look, it's one thing to argue about Jeremiah Love being taken at 5. It's a whole other thing for a team, again, that doesn't have a 3rd-round pick to go, we're going to give you Kayvon, which, by the way, what does the cap do now? The free agents have come off the board.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a 4th when we already have a 3 to take a running back then?
Yeah.
That is, you don't allow anybody making that decision to show up to work the Friday of the draft if you make that trade.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think if you traded with the Jets, Kayvon, so if you trade a star player from your team, it's like Jalen Waddle from Miami. Jalen Waddle got traded from Miami to the Denver Broncos. You better believe the Miami Dolphins are taking a wide receiver at number 11.
Correct.
Like Carnell Tate's probably their pick, just because you got to replace the guy that you trade. If the Giants trade Kayvon Thibodeau, they're likely going to take an edge rusher at number 2. So they're going up to take Arvell Reese.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. They're certainly not going up to take Jeremiah Love.
I don't think so either.
No, not at all.
I would make that trade.
No,
Of course you would.
Yeah,
Of course
you're
you
a
would.
giant troll.
No,
your opinion doesn't matter here.
I'm a Jet fan. I'm in the trade.
I know you're a giant. Yes, as a Jet fan, you would make that trade.
Yeah, but Tiki, see,
because you have a known commodity.
Yes.
Who's likely healthier than he's been for the last 2 years, Kayvon, because has that elbow injury that was there but not there. Nobody talked about it, but it was clearly something bothering him. Is fixed now.
Yeah, you're going to be forced to apologize to me, because it's always difficult when we're talking about the two teams together in this town. Because,
especially when they're trading.
Right, there's two sides to it. It's like after a Subway Series game. It's like, all right, you want to start with the Yankee perspective or the Met perspective? From a Jet perspective, I make that trade.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Okay, pause. Now, as an IFO, and as someone who believes Jeremiah Love would make a lot of sense with the New York Giants.
See, that's where you're losing Giant fans.
I'm not done yet. I haven't even said anything.
I understand that. But just the fact that you're mentioning him makes you disconnect.
Mentioning what? That Jeremiah
the
Love
Giants would trade up to number 2 to take Jeremiah Love.
I haven't said any of that. You are not listening, sir.
I'm preempting you. Go ahead.
You're really going to have to grovel after this one. as someone who has on the air said to you, hey, I think Jeremiah Love would make sense for the New York Giants, you would have to be so stupid if you're Joe Shane and you're John Harbaugh. You would have to be like, who was on crack? You would have to be, maybe, to make that trade. Because I actually agree with Sean.
Yeah.
I want Jeremiah Love for the Giants at 5.
Yeah. If he's there.
If he's there. If he's not there, I'm not trading assets, especially like a 4th-round pick, which has value, and a starting NFL player, which has value, to move up 3 spots to take that player. So now that I've given my entire thought, which is, yes, I would do it as a Jet fan, but B, you'd have to be on crack if you're the Giants.
I apologize.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You were very preemptive in that.
Yes, because I know you.
No, you don't, though. I'm so fair.
I am pleasantly pleased.
Oh, yeah. That was a terrible idea by Kendrick. And here's the problem. I love Kendrick. He was not being an IFO. He's a Jet fan.
Was he being a troll?
I think he was. I think he was.
Kendrick just put in his application to be program director. He just programmed the last 7 minutes of the show on something so nonsensical.
You are a pain in the ass.
Look, let's be clear, all right? Because I'm in favor of Jeremiah Love, or I'm intrigued by Jeremiah Love at 5, does not make me a troll. It makes me someone who's looking at the Giants situation without a bias. In fact, Boomer Esiason and Greg Giannotti, who do a great job in the mornings, both of those guys, not Giant fans, and certainly not Giant haters or trolls.
Right.
Both are intrigued by the idea of Jeremiah Love at 5. And you want to know why I bring that up? Not because, they agree with me. No. Because they don't have STSB. PTSB. Damn it.
Right.
They don't have it. They're just being honest. And unfortunately for you, Sean, you're so stuck in the Saquon Barkley decision that you can't fairly look at Jeremiah Love. With that said, I'm not trading up for him.
You need to go
That'd
F
be
yourself.
a mistake.
You need to go F yourself. I'm not looking
What
at it
have
through
I
a giant.
done?
I feel like I am, again, like on Impractical Jokers. I'm the only sane one here. Because guess what'll happen, Evan? You'll come on here at 10 a.m. every Sunday, Boomer and Gio on Monday, Boomer and Gio every 6 a.m. And you know what everybody's going to go? John Harbaugh, great job coaching. This team still can't stop the run. No kidding. They took a running back 5th overall. They're not in the right place to do it. So you guys all might be intrigued. You might say, well, look at the offense. This will help Jack. I understand that. The team is not in a place to do that at number 5. And the same problems they had last year about stopping the run, being able to pass protect on the interior will still exist if they use that premium asset on a running back, and they will still stink, but just with a fancy fantasy back.
We're going to see if I can make peace with Sean and even Tiki because
it's dead. I'll see you Monday.
I haven't even finished the thought. You guys are just jumping on me today. Dude. Tiki, I have a very strong opinion on who I think the New York Giants should open the season against. And the NFL has not announced their schedule yet, but I want to reveal to you who I think the NFL should open the season against for the Giants and how, shockingly, it never happens. We'll get to it coming up, plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019. It is Evan and Tiki on a trip with you until 2 o'clock this afternoon and the Carton Show. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer. A portion of the program was also sponsored by Dr. Jay Shah at Samwell Pain Management. Visit SamwellPain.com.
Make the smart choice, the Mazda CX-5. With standard all-wheel drive, advanced safety, and effortless handling, there's more to a Mazda than meets the eye. Drive a Mazda CX-5 and elevate your journey wherever the road takes you. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Dr. Jay Shah, specializing in minimally invasive and non-surgical treatments for neck, back, sciatica, migraines, and so much more, offers pain-relieving solutions. There are thousands of 5-star reviews who all trust Samwell Pain for all of their aches and pains. Visit SamwellPain.com.
With Aetna, I always get a quick answer, and I don't have to search on the internet. They go above and beyond to help me with whatever I need.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a Best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when requested. We show up with access to convenient care options. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
Hey, did you know Verizon Home Internet covers more homes with faster speeds across the country than any other provider? Now you can get award-winning Fios Internet for just $20 a month for 3 years. Switch today and enjoy savings you can count on. Verizon Home Internet consists of Fios and 5G Home. Availability varies. Comparison based on FCC BDS data of home internet providers with download speeds over 50 megabytes per second, June 2025. Limited time offer for eligible new customers. Fios $20 per month plan with auto pay, mobile phone plan, mobile plus home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee applies only to the then current base monthly rate for Fios. Additional terms may apply.
Todd, the warmer weather has melted away the winter blues, and major deals are now springing up at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
You said it. Whether it's hot or cold, you need a heavy-duty truck that can reliably haul the largest of loads year-round. And during Ram Truck Month at Ramsey, we have incredible lease offerings on all new Ram trucks, including
the new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4, leased for just $389 a month for 39 months.
Or buy and get 0% APR financing for 60 months and no monthly payments for 90 days.
Ram, America's best full-size truck with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Get yours at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Just call 833-853-2969 for details. $2,500 down plus tax, title, registration, and fees. 0 security deposit. VIN number T4152323. $1,667 for $1,000 finance for 0% APR. Deferred payment for qualified buyers who still Stellantis Financial. Interest accrues from date of purchase. Offer ends 3/31/26.
FanDuel is giving all customers a profit boost every single day through March 15th. From now till that final 68 is revealed, you're getting daily profit boosts for a chance at boosted winnings on your college basketball bets. So trust me, you don't want to miss a single day. Build the same game parlay for a shot at an even bigger payout, or try live betting and jump in after tip-off. Best of all, with FanDuel, you get paid instantly when you win. Just visit FanDuel.com/New York to get started. That is FanDuel.com/New York to get daily profit boost on your college basketball wagers. We all love the app around here. It is safe and secure and has all the betting markets you want. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
My car smells fresh, so fresh, always so fresh every day. My car smells fresh, so fresh, like I cleaned it yesterday. Got the Febreze car on the vents, living life with that just clean fresh. Yes, Febreze car, if you know, you know. Up to 40 days a cent on low. My car smells fresh, so fresh, always so fresh every day. My car smells fresh, so fresh, like I cleaned it yesterday. That's right, breathe happy Febreze, la 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 la.
At NYU Langone Health, we know there really is no place like home. That's why we get our surgery patients home faster and have fewer readmissions than any other health system. That means once you're home, you won't need to go back for the same procedure. Instead, you can get back to the things you love. And the next time you need something else, we're here. Better health starts with a better health system. Learn more at nyulangonehealth.org.
At Mercedes-Benz of Edison, you'll find they're more than a dealership, they're a luxury destination where exceptional vehicles meet exceptional people. From your first Mercedes-Benz to everyone after that, their goal is simple, to have you as a client for a lifetime. Because at Mercedes-Benz of Edison, customers don't just drive away, they become family for life. It's why Cars.com named Mercedes-Benz of Edison the top Mercedes-Benz dealer in the U.S. for 2025. Find your dream car at RayCatinaEdison.com.
All new Dunkin' Zero, only 20 calories. Zero sugar, the all new revitalizing energy drink made with B vitamins, so you can actually feel good about it. Struggling to make it through the afternoon, wishing every meeting was an email? Sounds like it's time for Dunkin' Zero. It's the perfect pick-me-up without the spiral, and it comes in 6 delicious flavors like Suncest and Glamberry. Dunkin' Zero, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Zero drinks contain caffeine from caffeine and guarana. Beverages are fruit-flavored, contain 0% fruit juice. Participation may vary, limited time offer.
Town Fair Tire honors any valid rebates, manufacturers or competitors' rebates. Yes, even any competitors' rebates. And we give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
She held your hand for your first steps. Now she needs yours. Maybe today it's your mom, but one day it could be you. In New York, most long-term care is paid for by Medicaid, even for middle-class families. But state Medicaid has fallen behind the cost of nurses, behind the cost of inflation, medicine, and quality care. After a lifetime of work, dignity shouldn't be optional. Underfunding care is a choice. Tell Albany's leaders to fund long-term care.
Paid for by New York Coalition for Dignity in Aging.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. You know, I visited River Spring Living in Riverdale, and I can tell you firsthand, there is a reason they're the nation's leader in senior care. Walking through the halls, the energy is undeniable. From life-changing technology to personalized care and compassion, I've seen the difference they make in helping older adults live better lives. So whatever your needs are today or tomorrow, River Spring Living is here for you. Experience the difference for yourself. Visit riverspringliving.org. That's riverspringliving.org.
Your official station to talk Yankees. The Fan, 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app. Download it today.
One thing I'm very geeky about, and we still have about another month and a few weeks, is the NFL schedule. Like, I love it. Big fan of it. And so I was talking off air with Sean, the president of the New York Giant fandom, and I said, I'm so interested to see who you open the season against. Obviously my team too, but the Giants, like, they're coming off an offseason of hype. They brought in John Harbaugh, and I have a very strong opinion on who they should open the season against.
Okay.
Because it never happens. And I went down a rabbit hole. I said, wait a second. My brain tells me they never play this team. Is it backed up by fact? And it is.
Chargers?
No. No. The team, and it's sexy. It is appealing. Like, MetLife Stadium, 425, the New York Giants against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Is that right?
And here's what's nuts. Are you ready, Tiki?
Go ahead.
They never play the Philadelphia Eagles in a season opener. Let's play a little trivia game. When was the last time they did play the Eagles in a season opener? And keep in mind, they've done it against the Cowboys 111 times.
August 31st, 1997.
That's a great guess, by the way.
That was the day Princess Diana died.
Yeah. By the way, an incredible guess. But the answer is 2004. It has been 22 years since the New York Giants opened the season up against their division rival.
It was the day Eli Manning made his debut in the NFL in the fourth quarter.
How about that?
Yeah, that's right. You know what his first play was?
A handoff to you?
Yep. 52 yards for a touchdown.
Wow. And keep it in mind, that's how long ago it was Tiki was playing.
That's right.
Now,
but anyways, I said that first one because that was my first game.
The one in 1997?
97. My first game, my first start. We played the Eagles and we beat them.
So they did it in 97, in 1994, in 1990. So it happened like in this relatively normal, sporadic amount of time in the 1990s. But for whatever reason, since 2004, which again is 22 years ago, It hasn't happened.
That's crazy.
And it's mind-boggling to me. It makes absolutely no sense.
Especially with the Eagles being so good over the last couple of years. It's like the Cowboys were so good, and the Giants would always, because it was a rivalry game, the Giants would always play the Cowboys on opening day.
Right.
But they
It
never
happened
played the Eagles when the Eagles have been really good.
Now, why is that? They played the Commanders to start seasons. How have they not played the Eagles?
It's a good question.
It's one of the most mind-boggling factoids that, for whatever reason, bothers me. I have no idea. Does it bother you, Sean, or it's whatever?
I didn't even think of it. It doesn't bother me because the Giants typically lose to the Eagles, so I'm looking to try to win games starting.
Right.
But, Evan, here's a perfect example. Forever in my lifetime, the Giants never played the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, yet the Cowboys always played Washington or Philly, and it never made any sense to me until it happened 2 out of 3 years. So I feel like the moment the floodgates open, it's going to happen a lot often.
Doesn't it have to happen this year? Isn't this the perfect year to do it because of the hype around the Giants? They finally beat the Eagles last year in a game that mattered. Like, it just feels like it's the right time.
Yeah, it does, but it also feels like the Eagles are not in turmoil, but not as on as solid ground as they were even 2 years ago.
That's what makes it perfect.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's I don't want to say it's a winnable game, but it kind of feels like it could be a winnable game for the Giants.
It could be a winnable game. It's got to happen.
And they beat them last year. So.
They did. That game caused Sean to cry. Remember?
It did. That being said, no, we're not opening with it. I don't want that.
Oh, you don't want that? No.
Why? You want to save that?
Tiki, can the Giants just do something? Can the NFL do something for the Giants? Can we open with the Tennessee Titans at 1 o'clock, please? Can we just?
You want the Brian Daboll revenge game?
Yeah. Robert Saleh, bring them all back.
That would be a horrible way to start if we lost.
Yeah, okay,
I understand that.
That's the only problem with it.
Right.
It's a good idea. But if the Giants lost, that would be horrendous.
Right.
Horrendous.
How about
Wandell Robinson dancing in the end zone?
How about the Arizona Cardinals? Can the Giants not have to play some behemoth of a team to start the year for once?
I would agree with that. Arizona would be nice.
You know why I think
Except unless it's in Arizona. It's got to be home.
Yeah, it is a home game.
And apparently the Giants, and they requested or something that they open the season at home because they want to honor the championship team in 1986. Is that a real thing?
So there have been now conflicting reports that was not an official request.
Oh, okay.
And remember, when they've honored championship teams in the past, it doesn't really mean week 1. When they honored the 11 team, they did it in week 3, and they were getting blown out at halftime.
Yeah, but was that their first game of the season at home?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know why it would need to be week 1, but I actually disagree with you about that strategy. Yeah. And I say this as a Jet fan too, by the way. I'd rather face the good team early because it feels like teams in this modern NFL with a limited preseason where guys don't play, you have a better chance of beating the good team in the first 3 weeks of the season.
But it's different this year, I think, for the Giants because everything feels new.
Right.
Not only is your core, meaning your stars, are young, except for Brian Burns, but you have a new head coach. It's a new staff. You're just at a little bit of a disadvantage because everything is new.
And so for that reason, you want the easier landing spot.
Yes.
I get that a little bit. I still would rather face the good teams early. I just think, you know what, the good teams are probably not playing their best football early in the season.
And then if you beat them, you have an advantage.
Absolutely.
Right. You already have one in the docket.
I know it hasn't worked, but I'd take Buffalo week 1. Like if you asked me the choice as a Jet fan, week 1, MetLife Stadium, because I'd like to open the season at home. Like, give it to me. Actually, wait a second. We got a dangerous week 1 situation. Are you aware of the dangerous week 1 situation?
With who? The Jets?
With everything.
No.
With our lives. You're not aware of this?
No.
First Sunday of the NFL season, Mets Yankees at 1:40. Pain in the ass.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Because Friday night is the 25th anniversary of September 11th. And the Yankees are hosting the Mets in honor of that. So that whole weekend is Yankees-Mets.
And so the Sunday game is not a night game. It's an afternoon game. It's already confirmed 1:35 at Yankee Stadium.
The Sunday night game on Peacock is Padres-Giants, for those wondering if they've named one already.
Yeah, so it's not going to be Mets-Yankees.
So do you think that the Giants or the Jets are going to be – no, they're not going to be in prime time. So
no,
they could
We're
be.
Screwed.
No, they could be. The Giants.
Well, the Jets could not be, so let's make that easy.
The Giants have had worse iterations of themselves open on Sunday night or Monday night to start the NFL season.
Yeah. No, I think the Giants are a factor. I absolutely think they could open in a Sunday night.
You can't have all 3 of those games happening at the same time.
It's on the table.
You're right.
First of all, the Jets are a lock to open at 1 o'clock.
Who wins?
Who wins?
Yeah, where are more eyes?
That's a great question.
It's got to be
baseball. Will be the least.
It's the least.
Yes,
I think you're right.
So normally I'd say baseball. The caveat is it's 2 fan bases and you're adding them together.
But you got to remember that it's the first Sunday. You've watched 2 Yankee Met games on Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, that's
you're
a good point.
Starved.
All right, I'm going to give you a prediction if this happens, and it's probably not going to happen, but it could. Giants will be 1. Baseball will be 2. Jets will be last. Jets are not beating Mets Yankees. The interest in the Jets, unfortunately, and this pains me, is probably at an all-time low. And it's Mets Yankees if both teams are good.
Don't you think there's intrigue with Geno?
No.
Especially if camp goes well. And
no.
Garrett Wilson looks like a stud. A.D. Mitchell looks like a steal. All of a sudden, your offensive line is elite. Breece Hall has had a fantastic preseason in his 10 carries that he's gotten in the 3 preseason games.
If you're talking to me, the answer is I'm always excited, but to the majority.
Okay,
no.
I am talking to you.
Yeah.
Won't you be excited about Geno Smith's first game?
I am a sucker for a new season, and I will be excited.
Yeah.
Now, what ends up happening with a game like that, the way I handle it, is I would just be at home. I wouldn't go to any of those games, unfortunately, because I need to be home to monitor everything. I'm hoping at least the Giants get to prime time so we can get them out of the way. And then I'm hoping the Jets open on the road far away, so maybe we get a 4 o'clock game.
Can we be honest?
That's what I'm hoping for.
That's the likely scenario, now that I think about it.
Jets at 4 o'clock?
Jets at 4, Giants in prime time, Yankees, Mets standalone. In New York.
I think that the Yankees, being the home team, should step up here, knowing this on the docket.
And do what?
You need to play an 11:30 a.m. Can you imagine? I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's crazy to ask them to do that.
I got 2 issues. So when you look at the Jets' road opponents, there's only 2 opponents on their schedule that would get them a 4 o'clock kickoff.
Which is?
The Los Angeles Chargers and the Arizona Cardinals. That's it. So I think I got to root.
I can see those, by the way.
You're right. Like it's on the table.
I can see the Chargers saying, the Jets are perfect for us.
Give me Jets Chargers 4 o'clock for week 1. That is a win because then I can watch. I don't have any issues.
Right.
I don't have to DVR crap. I don't have to watch 2 TVs.
Right.
Like I can focus. But that's a worry.
Jets could open with the Cardinals at 4:05 though.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, Jets,
no, you said the Chargers.
I said Chargers.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Either one.
I think the Chargers are going to open on Monday night personally. Yeah. But that's just me.
Yeah, I think the Giants could open on Monday night, too. Like, the Giants are big enough where they... And, by the way, they're still in play for a Wednesday night to open up in Seattle.
They are.
Which, by the way, that would be awesome. Would that not be awesome? Giants open up the NFL season against the defending, reigning Super Bowl champions.
I didn't think I'd be interested in this opening week conversation, but now I am.
You see?
A lot of moving parts.
Because there's so many places they could end up.
Yeah.
No doubt.
When did they come out with this, by the way?
May 1st, usually.
1st.
First week of May.
So we still got a month and a half.
May 13th.
Oh, it's officially May 13th?
They've made that schedule day, yeah.
Oh, that's what we do around here. We have conversations about 2 months from now, or conversations about September 13th.
Right.
What are we going to do that day?
You're going to get the official London and Europe matchups in 2 weeks. Then you'll start getting the dribs and dribs. The whole schedule May 13th.
Gotcha. All right, let's get back to some of your calls. We do appreciate you waiting. 888-808-1019. Our buddy Richie in Queens. What's up, Richie?
Hey, Richie.
Hey, boys. Hey, a couple of things. I'm listening to 4 international teams and the Giants drafting a running back, and I almost went off the road. Let's hope that doesn't happen for a while. Number two, I want to get to the Giants. So number 2 is the prediction you guys made about opening day. I think, Tiki, you thought they might be in Miami when you said 74.
Yeah.
And Ev, you said 64. Paulie's going to be close, 51. That's the number. So watch it next week. 51.
Right. I forgot about that. We made, for those that are not aware, we made weather predictions on Mets opening day, and we're getting closer and closer.
Yeah, and the Giants, real quick. Look, guys, again, give my age away. I was at the Giant game in 62, Geek. I was a 15-year-old kid in World Series, Giants, Yankees.
Oh, wow.
I was up there, paid $18 for a seat in right field. Chuck Hilliger did grand slam. Do I think it's great that they're opening? And on your point, Ev, I'd rather them be now than at the end. I don't want to see the Giants play the Tigers at the end. I want those to be division games. So, and your Mets are going to be there April 2nd.
I know.
So they're going to be in some nice warm
I'm
weather,
annoyed by that because every year when the baseball schedule comes out, we flip to that sports schedule, one of the first things I look at besides opening day is when did they go to San Francisco? Because I've never been to that ballpark. I want to go to that ballpark, and I'd like to do it for a Met game.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that the weeks will work out, and they go to San Francisco April 2nd. I can't do that.
Right.
By the way, big announcement by Major League Baseball. This is a baseball-NFL crossover. Netflix has announced a very special guest for their opening night coverage between the Giants and the Yankees.
And?
Okay? And this is perfect. This harkens back to the greatest phone call in the history of WFAN. When a caller famously asked Mike, did the Giants and the Giants have a picnic together when they're both in town at the same time? Well, ladies and gentlemen, on the Netflix pregame show to get you set for the Giants against the Yankees. Who better than Jameis Winston?
Is that right?
Yes. Netflix has announced that Jameis Winston will be on opening night. The New York Giants quarterback will be a special guest for Giants Yankees on Netflix.
I mean, he did
Insert Giant jokes.
He did play baseball, right?
Yes. Yes, he did.
I don't know. Did he do it at Florida State?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't remember now whether or not he was a good college baseball player. I knew he was a good high school baseball player, but I don't remember him at. But does he follow it enough to still be up and talk about? I mean, I'm sure he could get up to speed, obviously. 'Cause he's a smart, loquacious kid, but I don't know if can he talk Major League Baseball?
I have Jameis Winston's college stats.
Okay.
He was a pitcher. He was a relief pitcher.
Okay.
In 2024. In 2014 for Florida State, he appeared in 24 games and he pitched to a 1.08 ERA.
Dude. How many innings pitched?
33 and a third innings, 18 hits, 4 earned runs, 31 strikeouts, so a little bit less than 9 per, and 7 walks. A 1.08 ERA.
That's not bad, dude.
It's not bad. I
mean, it's not elite because there's just not enough innings pitched, but.
Do you think that the Netflix knows about the Giant thing? Do you think that has anything to do with this?
Why else would they do it?
I have no idea. Because it's Jameis Winston and he's everywhere. Maybe that's the reason.
Yeah, but you're throwing a football player on a baseball broadcast.
Yeah.
Jameis is going to announce the Giants are playing Christmas Day on Netflix.
Is that what you think? Is that a prediction?
It's a prediction.
Or a spoiler?
Yeah.
Prediction.
So Jameis Winston's going to come out and say, by the way, guys, I'll see you in a few months. The Giants are on Christmas Day. And you wouldn't be happy about that.
Of course not, but I've just embraced it. Look, as long as they're going to be a good football team at Harbaugh, they're going to probably play every Christmas from here till the next 10 years.
What is Netflix for opening day? Is there one?
For NFL?
Yeah.
No, Christmas Day only.
Just Christmas Day.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and with baseball, isn't it just opening night and like the home run derby or something?
Yes, exactly.
Like it's very selective what Netflix has. Let's go to Brett on Long Island. What's up, Brett?
I'm Long Island flag football champ, not Morash. Put him and Gio on their ass. And Tiki's through the wall. Let's go.
The only thing I heard was Gio on Morash's ass.
Yes, and let's go.
And Tiki through a wall. So I don't know.
How about this? How about you get a new phone before you put anybody through a wall?
Well, I think you were putting somebody through a wall. Oh, no, I think Tiki was putting you and Gio through a wall. That's what I would take out of that.
Professional athlete is putting 2 fat slobs through a wall?
Yeah,
Stunning development.
Zach's in Missouri. What's up, Zach?
Hey, Zach. What's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going? I have a thing that we might be able to play. I'm pretty sure the Giants play the Seahawks this year in Seattle.
Yes.
What do you think about us playing the Super Bowl champions on
I love it. I love it. I mean, when we made predictions on this a couple weeks ago, like who will Seattle play in the season opener. So when they announce it, we'll listen back to our predictions. But the thing I would want would be the Giants. I think that's awesome. I think it's super cool to be able to be the first football game of a season. Obviously, we all want it as a Super Bowl champion. But if you can do it as the visitor, I mean, I'm not a Giant fan, though. I feel like more of a Giant fan than Sean these days with some of my opinions and takes. I do feel like I'm basically a Giant guy now.
You're not.
Okay.
Okay.
You could say whatever you want. That's not what the people say.
No, the people hate you, actually. So
they don't hate me.
No,
they think I'm a Giant fan now.
No,
They're like,
Giant fans hate you.
You're a better Giant rep than Sean is because of my positivity and just how I feel about the team.
And you're trolling.
I'm not trolling. I bet $100 for them to go to the Super Bowl. I love them this year.
Evan, I can't pay for a drink in East Rutherford. They kick you out of East Rutherford.
When we went to that Giant game, people were very, very nice to me.
Yeah. Because you spent money there.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
Anyhow, what was the point again? Oh, yeah. I would love Giants Seattle to open the season. I assume you guys would love it, too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Seattle's going to look like this year. I don't know. Sam Darnold's having a repeat. Kenneth Walker's gone. I don't know what the running back situation is. Jackson Smith and Jigba's still a stud. He's likely to be as good as he was a year ago. But their team is selling, and so there's just a lot of, I think, uncertainty about spending there. So I don't know what that emotion is going to be like around that team. So they could be beatable.
I'm curious.
So in some regard, in some ways, that would be in some regards, it would be kind of
perfect
yes, opportunity.
Yes, absolutely. I'm curious Tiki's opinion on an idea being floated around now on how the NFL could expand to 18 games, and it's a creative one. We'll get Tiki's thoughts on it next, plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019. And, of course, a Cinco de Lunch with Sean coming up this hour. If new windows and doors have been on your list, don't wait. Windorama's offering up to 40% off your installation project when you purchase and install with them. We're talking major savings, top quality brands, and expert installation all at once. Upgrade your home and take advantage of savings. Visit Windorama.com or stop by one of their showrooms today. Windorama, your window and door specialist since 1977.
Fanatics Fest, the world's #1 sports festival, returns to the Javits Center in New York City from July 16th to the 19th. See top athletes and just announced former Met and Yankee greats Mike Piazza, Jorge Posada, David Wright, Mariano Rivera, Keith Hernandez, Don Mattingly, Darryl Strawberry, Andy Pettit, and Jose Reyes. Live panels, autographs, photo ops, rare trading cards, and memorabilia, plus exclusive merch drops you can only get at Fanatics Fest. This is the ultimate weekend where sports and culture collide. Tickets are on sale now. Grab yours at fanaticsfest.com.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
If you're North Carolina, I don't know how you keep head coach Hubert Davis. And I understand that star big man Caleb Wilson is not playing for the Tar Heels, but to blow a 19-point second-half lead against VCU, to have it go the way it did, so many bad things happening on the court for North Carolina, and then Hubert Davis says after the game he didn't think his players were tired. They said they were tired. North Carolina probably needs to make a coaching change. I'm Nick Costos.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I own a coffee shop, and I wanted to label everything with our logo.
That's ambitious.
Cups, boxes, bags.
Ooh, that'll add up.
Not at all, because right now, Staples prints custom labels for 30% off.
30% off? That's shockingly affordable branding.
Yep, now our logo and URL are seen all over town.
Brand your business for less at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in store, online, or in the app by 4/4 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Turning cloudy and breezy, high 53.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
Looking for the perfect wedding band or ready to add something new to your collection? The London Jewelers annual wedding band event is happening March 26th through the 29th. For 4 days only, receive 20% off all wedding bands, including the beautifully crafted 2 by London collection, offering timeless styles for every style and budget. Schedule your appointment at londonjewelers.com and visit any one of their 6 locations: the Americana Manhasset, Wheatley Plaza, Glen Cove, East Hampton, Southampton, or the mall at Short Hills. Brand exclusions may apply. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of love.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
Penalty kick.
out of the park!
From way downtown for a
Beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
Go teams!
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This month, you'll be feeling March magic when you win your share of $50,000 cash during our Rainbow Riches drawing. Be here every Wednesday in March from 2 to 7 p.m. Each hour, one lucky guest is drawn to win up to $5,000 cash. Earn entry starting at 12:30 p.m. Come chase the rainbow every Wednesday in March, where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
It's March savings time at Nielsen Dodge. It's also tax return time, and we have a great money-saving idea. Show us what your tax return is, and we'll double it up to $1,500.
You can count on zero down payment, super low lease payments, 0% financing is available.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude X 4x4, just $198 a month.
Match your tax return up to $1,500 on any new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram.
Hundreds of vehicles in stock with big savings off MSRP. And of course, we always give you the credit help you need.
Find out what your tax return is before April 15th, and we'll double it up to $1,500. Max your tax only at Nielsen Dodge for a limited time.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com.
Declaration of Deal Sales Event.
With approval, term 27 months, due at sign, $51.98. Add tax tag $498 and DMV fees. For tax refund info, see dealer for details.
Looking for the best value on new tires? Get to Town Fair Tire. We honor every valid manufacturer's and competitor rebates and give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. It's Tiki Barber with 2 words any business owner wants to hear. Extra income. Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for New York businesses to assist with local deliveries. You get paid for each package delivered. Amazon Hub Delivery has no startup cost, no long-term contracts, and no delivery experience required. If you're a New York business ready to assist with local deliveries, sign up today at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
I'm Tyler Kolick, and I got my Lincoln at Lincoln of Queens. They even delivered it right to my door. When it's time to save, it's time to go to Lincoln of Queens. Go New York, go New York, go!
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
It is a spring Friday in New York City. Hopefully you're enjoying your afternoon. College basketball day 2. We will keep you posted as the afternoon now begins. We had a decent first day that featured a couple of upsets, High Point being the headline of it. And we almost saw a 16 seed beat a 1 seed. I assume that as a fan of a 1 seed that lost to a 16 seed, it's only happened twice in history, and your team was the first. I assume that you always root for 16 seeds, just so that
especially when it's against Duke.
Well, especially against Duke. But the more it happens, the more it kind of wipes away your history.
But you know what, though? That history doesn't bother me only because of what immediately happened.
That you won the next year?
The next year,
Yeah.
it was an unreal run versus Auburn and Texas Tech, and it was just dramatic. You could feel it, and it was Tony Bennett's heyday, and it put UVA basketball back into the national spotlight where it hadn't been for a lot of years.
It's a great question because I don't think we really have that in New York. I know they have it in Boston where you suffer this all-time brutal loss.
Yeah.
But then the following year you win, does it wipe it away?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't have that. I've got brutal losses, and then I just live with it forever. But I guess, like, for the Yankee fan, if the Yankees had won last year's World Series and had beaten the Dodgers, would you look at 2024 and almost chuckle and be like, I'm good. That's all right. Look what we did the next year.
Exactly. It washes it away immediately.
Well, I don't know that. I'm asking that. You're saying that would be the case. I have no idea. I've never experienced
I know
that.
it did it for
Virginia?
Virginia.
Yeah.
Because that's embarrassing. It had never happened.
Does it do it for Red Sox fans with the Aaron Boone game? Like, does the Red Sox fans say, yeah,
I think so, because for the Red Sox, the drought was so long.
Right.
It just felt like this thing is, no matter what we do, it's never happening.
Yeah.
And then it happens immediately after.
I feel weird when I rewatch the Aaron Boone moment because of knowing what happened the next year.
That's a fair point.
Right.
That's a fair point. Hofstra plays at 3:15 today against Alabama. That kid who got busted for the marijuana possession is off the team as of right now, pending a further investigation. So I think he was Alabama's second leading scorer. Now, Hofstra's still 12.5-point underdogs, but certainly helps them out a little bit. They're at 3:15. Obviously, St. John's will tip off at 7:10 tonight, and LIU is actually going to tip off in about an hour and a half as 30.5-point underdogs against Arizona. 30.5, which is as big as it gets. Now, Tiki, this idea has been floated around before, but it's getting more serious. Mike Florio, who's very in on the CBA negotiations and the NFL really wanting to expand to 18 games, floated out this, though I'm not sure Sean's ready, floated out this idea of an 18-game season. Do you not have that clip? It's okay. I'll describe it if you don't have it. It's okay.
It could be hard to sell 18 to the rank and file. There's an idea floating around, 18 games, every player limited to 17 games. So we're going to have an 18-game season, but hey, I don't have to play more than 17. Maybe you can get enough guys to vote for that CBA that J.C. Treader may soon negotiate with the league.
Here's what's interesting. I've heard this idea before, but it was more of a theory. Now Mike Florio is saying this could be a part of the negotiation to the players of, hey, don't worry, you're still only playing 17 games. Would the players accept that? Or would they say, no?
My mindset is different because I played in a different era. And if you would have told us you're playing 18 games, we're playing 18 games. Let's go. Right. It's another opportunity for me to be great and express my greatness. Now, what you would need is to be compensated for that, right? I need I need to feel like I'm being paid a lot more.
Right. You're not going to work more for the same amount of money.
That's exactly right. So you'd have to feel the upgrade in your paycheck. You know what I mean? And so I get what he's trying to say, but it's also, I think in negotiating, sitting at a table, talking about that sounds fine. But when it comes down to week 16 or 13 or 12 that they decide to sit you down, you're going to say, hell no, what are you talking about? I want to play.
Right.
At least my generation would have said, I want to play. I don't want to take days off. Like, I don't want to give somebody else an opportunity to thrive in a position at my job. Screw that. So I think in theory it sounds good, but in execution, it's a different scenario.
It's so fascinating because if they ever did something like this, like if that's how the players agreed to an 18-game season.
It'd be so stupid, though.
It's stupid. And the discourse around here, like us discussing which week should a player sit, like it's going to make sports talk radio and Twitter go on steroids with the kinds of odd discussions we would have to have.
I just think it's complicated because injuries and attrition become such a big deal in the NFL. And then all of a sudden, a guy is supposed to sit, but now he has to play because he can't, because in that you're playing a replacement player instead of a starter because somebody else got hurt. I think it's just complicated.
Yeah, and like if this ever happened and you asked me, all right, well, we don't like it, but it's happening, which happens a lot in sports where there's a new rule or a new idea. We don't like it, but we have to adjust to it. These are the rules. My strategy would be I'm going to ignore the rule until the last week of the season. And my attitude is, Guys are going to get hurt, so naturally the one game will take care of itself.
Yeah.
And if we get to the final week of the season and that guy's played every game, there's also a chance the season is over.
But what if you need to win that game?
I will take that risk. Like, honestly, I would just have to take that risk.
Yeah.
Don't you have to?
No, I don't like the rule.
Well, hold on. See, here's what you did.
I don't like the rule.
You're cheating.
I'm not cheating. I'm just telling you I don't like the rule because of scenarios that you're just – it's a simple scenario that you just painted.
Yeah.
And now it's going to come to – that would ultimately happen.
I do not like the rule either. Okay?
And so now you're having these ridiculous conversations about, all right, well, you got to win the last game, but we can sit them down the penultimate game, and then, damn, if you lose that one, then the last game doesn't matter anyway. It's like it just becomes stupid.
Can I be a jackass for a second? For the Jets and the Giants in the last decade.
Yeah.
How many times has the last game of the season mattered?
Nothing. Not really at all. Other than you probably should want to lose.
Right. So forget that for a second because this would benefit you. But in the last 20 seasons, 10 years, but 20 Giant and Jet years. So 10 for the Jets, 10 for the Giants. In the last 20 Giant and Jet seasons, how often has the final week of the season meant anything?
I would love to know who suggested this idea. I don't.
Yeah, Florio doesn't reveal that. It feels like it's from the owners, though.
I would guess it's not from a player.
I agree.
It's not from someone who's ever put on pads. And the fact that it's being presented by someone who's never put on pads, like this phenomenal idea, it's like, shut up, dude. This is not a good idea because you don't know the mentality of an athlete.
No, I get you. And I don't like it either. I think that just give players the money, the proper game check money to warrant the 18th game.
That's right.
And it's up to the players and the organizations on, hey, this is too much. This guy needs to sit, but you don't force a guy to sit. I'm not a huge fan of that. So I agree with you. I don't like the rule.
You can't force somebody to not play.
But if they ever instituted the rule, how would you do it like me, or is that too risky? Because I think my game plan is the best. I'm just ignoring it. Injuries will take care of itself, and the odds are the last week of the year is not going to matter. And if it does, all right.
I honestly think you'd do it the other way.
Week one?
Week one.
Wow.
I throw a caveat.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit most of my key players and stick it to Amazon on a Thursday night on a short week with how many more injuries pop up in that.
That's actually a great point.
That's a good point.
It's not even sticking it to Amazon. It's the idea of, hey, this is a short week. I'm not doing it.
But you know, it's funny because I see this. You see it in basketball all the time where guys are just tired. They need rest days. And then you get the B team. And it's just kind of like, all right, whatever. You get this in soccer, especially club soccer in Europe, where it's like, all right, we got to play our league game, we got to play a Champions League, we got the whatever, the FA Cup or whatever it may be. So you know what, the B team's going to play in this in the Caribou Cup, right? It's just kind of like, you know, they're going to lose. They don't really care. I don't think the NFL can afford to have games that look like they don't care about winning.
Yeah,
basketball, you can do it.
Yeah,
baseball, you can do it. Football, I don't think you can. Out of 18, you can't say, "Yeah, that game doesn't matter. We're gonna just throw the B team out there." It doesn't make sense for football.
But I want to do a science experiment real quick before we get to your calls. 888-808-1019. How many New York Giants played all 17 games last season?
It's a great question.
Because that would tell us, hey, if the Giants were playing a game that mattered, how many decisions needed to be made for that final week of the year? Forget about tanking. Forget about that. Like, you're in it. Like, the games matter.
Yeah.
How many would you have to make a decision on? Number one, you'd have no issues with the quarterbacks. And obviously, it was a unique season. But
Brian Burns
zero.
played every game.
As far as offense, there are two players on offense.
John Runyon.
That played every game. You know what? I don't have the offensive line there. That's a great point. And the offensive line is huge.
Okay.
I apologize. I have the skill position players.
Theo Johnson?
No.
Oh, he missed a game.
He missed the game.
Yeah.
Two players. Chris Manhurts is one.
Right.
No biggie. And Devin Singletary is the other.
Yeah. Now remember, Wan'Dale Robinson sat out the last week of the year.
Okay. No, that's fair. Now on defense.
Wan'Dale would definitely be in it.
On defense, you got a problem. You ready?
Go ahead.
Brian Burns, all 17 games.
Yep.
Dexter Lawrence, all 17 games. Bobby Okereke, all 17 games. Roy Robertson Harris, all 17 games. Drew Phillips, all 17 games.
Yeah.
Abdul Carter, all 17 games. Dane Belton, all 17 games. And then you mentioned the offensive line, which you'd have to go through.
Right.
So, yeah, it'd be complicated.
I just don't think you can throw away a game in the NFL.
No, which is why my strategy, and again, I don't like the idea, Tiki. I am not a fan. But what I've learned in sports is I didn't like the DH coming to the National League. What do I say when we talk about DH with the Mets? I answer the question.
Yeah, but
I have to live with it, bro.
But I think the DH was solving a problem that Major League Baseball had in pitchers who just it's not their skill set.
I know, but that's not even my point. It's not to relitigate the argument. It's that I lost the argument. So I had to deal with a rule that I didn't like. You clearly don't like this rule. I respect it. I don't agree with you either. Yeah, but if it ever happened, we'd have to strategize around it.
But I'm talking about it from the integrity of the game standpoint. In baseball, the pitcher not hitting, it didn't hurt the integrity of the game.
Yeah, but if everyone is following the same rule, then it's not hurting the integrity of the game. It's just a strategy that each team has to follow.
Yeah,
I don't think it hurts the integrity of the game. It's just it's a rule I don't like.
Yeah, because there are games where you're gonna get an inferior product from your team.
Well, that happens anyway, though. What if you face a team on a short week riddled by injuries? Does that hurt the integrity of the games, or is that just it's part of luck?
Yeah, but that's unintentional. You can't intentionally do that, can you? Because that's what you'd be doing.
No, but it's a strategy. Yeah. And I don't think it'll ever happen for the reasons you're giving. I think there are too many players like yourself who are going to be like, F no.
Right.
You kidding me? No, we're going to play every game. We're not deciding to sit a game.
Right.
But at least according to Mike Florio, that is something on the table that the owners will offer the players to get them to 18 games. You only have to play 17 of them, but there's 18 games. Look, we're getting to 18 games.
It's happening.
It's inevitable.
It's happening. The easy way to do it is just to make sure that these guys feel the compensation increase.
Give them the money.
Give them the money.
And Mike Florio pointed something else out, which is interesting. 2 years from now, the Super Bowl doesn't have a date.
Yeah.
Which I didn't even realize. And that's unorthodox. It always has a date. And the reason it doesn't have a date is because the league is hoping they're going to get to 18 games and potentially 2 byes, which means you're talking about a 20-week regular season.
And by the way, that solves it better than having a guy not play.
Right.
I mean, in fact, why are we even having this conversation?
Because you're still being active for 18 games and playing a physical sport.
Yeah, but it's not continuous.
Right.
Because essentially you're having guys only play 17 games, so they have a week off. Give them 2 bye weeks. Now you have an extra week off.
I like the 2 bye weeks even before they expand
100% agree.
Because it makes football last longer.
100%.
Lets you focus on more games.
And you're still going to have football on those bye weeks.
Exactly.
And just remember, that second bye week sounds good, and I agree.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL will be the biggest pigs with manipulating that second bye week to get you to play on a Wednesday after that or something like that where you don't really have the full second bye week. That will be what comes of this.
Yeah, but as long as it's fairly spread out, meaning it's not one team playing on let's say a Saturday and then playing Wednesday and another team having a week off. As long as both teams are off not equal amount of time, but just enough time that they're recovering, and then I think it's fine.
Okay.
I think you can manage that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Let's go to Chris and Wayne. What's up, Chris?
Hey guys, thanks for calling. Thanks for coming to me. Listen, I'm worried. Like, is this even mathematically possible to do it? Like, if we're talking about only players can play 17 games, like, I don't know that there's enough players. Are we talking about like expanding the roster a little bit?
Yeah, I think that was part. It's a good question, Chris, but I think that the idea to go to 17 games resulted in expanded rosters, and part of this was because of the pandemic. Remember, because the guys would just have COVID and they were just unavailable. I think the idea of going to 18 games, you would definitely expand rosters again.
Which is a benefit for the players.
Yes.
Tommy in Fort Lauderdale. Good afternoon, Tommy.
Hey, how you guys doing? I wanted to call in and talk a little bit of Giants at 5. As a Notre Dame Giants fan, I love Jeremiah Love. Doesn't make enough sense here. We got too many holes to fill in the team.
Right.
So what do you guys think about trading back and potentially taking Spencer Fano from Utah, moving him to guard, because he's kind of got the same issue as Will Campbell, shorter arms. I think he'd flourish at guard. I'm going to hang up. Let me know what you guys think.
The problem with trading back before you opine is that you need someone interested in trading up. And I just wonder if where the Giants are at 5 is a sweet spot for a team to trade up. Like, is it appealing to get to that pick at 5? Like, maybe it is with the Jets because they're picking the first non-quarterback in the draft. But I do wonder when people say, hey, trade back because I have this great vision of another player I can draft. Okay, great, but you need someone interested in trading up.
Right, and I have no idea who he is talking about at guard. But I know that the Giants will eventually draft an offensive lineman in this draft because they need to. They should do it every single year because developing offensive linemen is the most important thing that you can do for a team, an organization. You got to have depth there, and that's been one of the issues for the Giants over the last decade.
Rich in Fairfield. Hey, Rich. Hello, Rich. Rich going once. Rich is gone. Harvey and Dick Sales. What's up, Harv?
Yeah, hi. How are you all doing?
What's up?
Wonderful.
Pretty good. Just, Evie, let me just throw out three things because I need your opinion on this. I was on the fan with you when the offensive line coach, Vasillo, was not retained by the Giants. Didn't know whether the Giants wanted him or Tennessee wanted him. To the best of my knowledge, he's in Tennessee, and the Tennessee Giant Coaches Portal Exchange. That's how I call it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Number two, this whole idea about signing a running back with number 5. I have full confidence that Harbaugh's going to turn this franchise around, but he's in the honeymoon phase, and that doesn't mean he's perfect either. And to me, you can draft anybody you want to if you think that's the best position. However, signing Neal and Azuto are not the way retreads to build this line. I still think you need to do 2-1 or 1-2 offensive lineman and wide receiver. And this number 3, Evan is absolutely going to disagree with me. All right. A rare jet call, okay? And this is a 2-quarterback draft, okay? And they draft between 2 and 16. And just remember, I was a proponent of Jackson Dart months before the draft, and the Jets are in quarterback purgatory. Now, to me, you have to if you do your due diligence with Ty Simpson, I believe that's the pick. The first 8 games he played at Alabama, he looked like the better quarterback, even better than Mendoza. But somebody said, I read somewhere he may have a back injury the rest of the year.
Right.
To me, I would take Ty Simpson with anywhere between the 2 and 16, or either play the draft between 2 and 16.
Harvey, I'm not against taking Ty Simpson at 16. I'm not. I don't know if he'll even be there. Like, the volatility on where Ty Simpson is taken is crazy to me. But I can't take him at 2, and I'll tell you why. Because this team needs so much help on defense, and they have a chance.
It's where they've spent most of their offseason.
And look, what they did during the offseason, Tiki, was fine, but it's kind of on the margins. They didn't build a core.
No.
This is your chance, I think, to build a core.
T'Vondre Sweat, he'll be a core guy. Demario Davis, he's a short-term.
Right. He's a veteran leader.
Bridge, etc. He's looking forward to whatever he can parlay this into. But I think he was drafted here. So it kind of makes sense to come back.
But like
here.
Joseph aside, nice pickup, but these are nice additions, but they need
Nashawn Wright. Maybe he could develop into.
Sign him to a 1-year deal.
I'm just saying, it's a prove-it deal for him.
They need their core in the draft. It's not to knock what they did in the offseason. They need their identifiable defensive stars to come in the draft, and they got their pick of the litter.
Right.
And to turn away from that on a lottery ticket, which is what Ty said. I can't do that at 2. I just can't. I'm telling you right now.
They knew they needed to focus on defense. That's why you saw all their free agency. But the defense is not sound yet. Right?
No.
The Dane Beltons of the world. Right? They're special teams depth type guys. Minka Fitzpatrick maybe. Right? Long term. But a lot of these guys you're not looking at and saying, yep, that's our corner or D tackle or whatever for the next decade. There's not any of those guys.
We also need to hold Evan accountable.
Well, what? What do I do?
You're not interested in Ty Simpson at 2 for the Jets?
I'm interested in him at 16. I can't do 2. I've thought about this. I've gone back and I can't do it.
You can't do it.
I can't do it.
Just a year ago, though, you could do Shedeur Sanders at 2 for the Giants. Because it's not your team, but you're not a troll.
No, I was higher on Shedeur Sanders. I thought he was going to be really good. And I kind of still think that. I know the first year was mixed.
I don't know,
I wanted Shedeur Sanders with the Jets as well.
You know what the problem with Shedeur Sanders was?
Yeah.
Is that everybody knew him, but nobody watched him.
That's fair.
Nobody watched any of his games.
That's fair.
Ty Simpson, you've seen Ty Simpson play football.
Yeah, maybe that's why I don't want him at 2. Yeah, I'll tell you the other reason.
Exactly. And now if you had watched Shedeur Sanders, you'd be like, yeah, this guy's all right.
Yeah. The other thing that's very different, and I'm not even saying this is fair, but this is my thinking around the Giants last year and the Jets this year, is, and maybe it's looking ahead to the next draft, maybe it's having the extra picks. Maybe that's a big factor. I think the Jets are in a spot where they may not take a quarterback. As much as last year you guys said that about the Giants, I was like, dude, they have to take a quarterback. I mean, Dave's hasn't had his guy.
Right.
And so I felt last year more pressure for the Giants to get a quarterback in the first or second round than I even do about the Jets this year. And again, I think a big reason what the difference is how big the 27 draft looks and the fact they've got 3 number ones. That would be my difference. But there is no hypocrisy only from this reason, Sean. I wanted Shedeur for the Jets, too.
Okay.
So I was pretty consistent.
I would just say the reason that we thought maybe the Giants weren't in dire need last year was because we thought this coming draft class was going to be the big quarterback class.
I didn't feel that way last year.
A lot of people did.
No, again,
people did.
I'm not arguing with Sean from last year. I'm just telling you this is what I said last year.
Right.
Okay.
I just thought it was more imperative for the Giants to grab their quarterback than it is for the Jets this season. And that doesn't mean I like the veteran that's here. I think a lot of it's the 3 first-rounders. Because you've said it, Teak. They're in a position where even if they don't have the worst record, they can move around that draft board a lot.
Yeah, next year.
So I ask you politely, rescind your hypocrisy charge.
Nope. And I'm going to bring up another hypocrisy.
I just gave fair points,
I would like to, because we don't have enough time to do this. I would like to bring up another thing you were hypocritical about this segment,
All
the following
right.
segment.
Hold the thought. We'll get to it next. Sean's also got a Cinco de Lunch show. We'll get you set for St. John's and then 1 o'clock hour as well. And more of your calls at 888-808-1019. Evan and Tiki till the Carton Show at 2.
This drive around the league is sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery. Visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. Look, NFL athletes necessarily have to be a little bit cocky. Even if they present themselves publicly with humility, they're confident that they are or will be the best player on the field. Well, this weekend in Los Angeles, 2 flag football teams made up of NFL stars will take on the existing Team USA flag team in the Fanatics Flag Football Classic. While not exactly must-watch TV, it'll be very interesting to see how the pros measure up. The athleticism is obviously there, but there's nuance to playing flag game that isn't necessarily presented in the league, especially the lack of physicality. Intimidation is critical in the NFL. You can't hit and flag. Pulling a flag to tackle an offensive player just doesn't feel as exciting or intimidating. A lot of NFLers have expressed interest in playing for Team USA in the 2028 Olympic Games. Their first test is happening this weekend. Are they better than the existing flag team? Don't forget, Team USA flag have skills and egos too. This drive around the league with Tiki Barber is brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. Visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery.
And this portion of the program was sponsored by Kalshi. Trade on anything. Matchups are here, and now you could trade the tournament in all 50 states on Kalshi. Trade game outcomes, spreads, and more on top seeds and potential Cinderella stories. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code FAN to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi. Kalshi. Trade on anything. It is also sponsored by HL Gross Jewelers. Shop HL Gross in Garden City or at hlgross.com.
If you're ready to pop the big question, discover why 5 generations have purchased their diamonds from H.L. Gross Jewelers of Garden City. Save yourself all the hassle and come to H.L. Gross, where you'll get the guaranteed best price, education, and guidance. H.L. Gross Jewelers, Long Island's premier bridal ring store.
Move and be moved in the Mazda CX-5, the smart choice for those who expect more from their drive. With standard I-Active all-wheel drive and advanced safety features, the CX-5 gives you confidence in every condition. Its effortless handling and responsive performance set it apart from the crowd. Inside, you'll find thoughtful crafted design for comfort and connection. There's more to a Mazda. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Aetna was there for me as I was going through a rough medical patch this year. I had peace of mind, which helped with my healing.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when requested. We show up with the latest in online tools for easier access to healthcare. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
When it comes to getting the guaranteed lowest price on Toyo tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. And when it comes to getting more free services for life than anywhere else on Toyo tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. So when you're in the market for a new set of Toyo tires, there's only one place to go, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Absolutely nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Ink card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Score up to a $50 bonus bet daily during March matchups with BetMGM's free-to-play Fast Break game. Log into BetMGM, play as the point guard, and choose to pass or go for a dunk. If you score, you'll win either a $50 bonus bet or boost token. The ball is always in your court with BetMGM, where you can take advantage of special offers and earn rewards points on every bet. Make a fast break during March matchups by playing as the point guard for your daily shot at a $50 bonus bet or boost token. BetMGM.com is where you'll find full prize details and terms. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply. All rewards expire in 24 hours.
Baseball is back. Opening night is one exclusive game and it's live on Netflix. On Wednesday, March 25th, the New York Yankees, led by seven-time All-Star Aaron Judge, head to the Bay Area to face Rafael Devers and the San Francisco Giants. A brand new way to watch Major League Baseball, and it all starts here. MLB opening night, Yankees vs. Giants, live on Netflix, Wednesday, March 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Baseball is back. Opening night is one exclusive game and it's live on Netflix. On Wednesday, March 25th, the New York Yankees, led by seven-time All-Star Aaron Judge, head to the Bay Area to face Rafael Devers and the San Francisco Giants. A brand new way to watch Major League Baseball, and it all starts here. MLB opening night, Yankees vs. Giants, live on Netflix, Wednesday, March 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Hey, did you know Verizon Home Internet covers more homes with faster speeds across the country than any other provider? Now you can get award-winning Fios Internet for just $20 a month for 3 years. Switch today and enjoy savings you can count on. Verizon Home Internet consists of Fios and 5G Home. Availability varies. Comparison based on FCC BDS data of home internet providers with download speeds over 50 megabytes per second, June 2025. Limited time offer for eligible new customers. Fios $20 per month plan with auto pay, mobile phone plan, mobile plus home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee applies only to the then current base monthly rate for Fios. Additional terms may apply.
It's March savings time at Nielsen Dodge. It's also tax return time, and we have a great money saving idea. Show us what your tax return is, and we'll double it up to $1,500.
You can count on zero down payment, super low lease payments, 0% financing is available.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude X 4x4, just $198 a month.
Match your tax return up to $1,500 on any new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram.
Hundreds of vehicles in stock with big savings off MSRP. And of course, we always give you the credit help you need.
Find out what your tax return is before April 15th, and we'll double it up to $1,500. Max your tax only at Nielsen Dodge for a limited time.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com.
Declaration of Deal Sales Event.
With approval, term 27 months, due at sign, $51.98. Add tax tag $498 and DMV fees. For tax refund info, see dealer for details.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This month, you'll be feeling March magic when you win your share of $50,000 cash during our Rainbow Riches drawing. Be here every Wednesday in March from 2 to 7 p.m. Each hour, one lucky guest is drawn to win up to $5,000 cash. Earn entry starting at 12:30 p.m. Come chase the rainbow every Wednesday in March, where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If
Gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about. Please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Together, let's drive at Paramus Chevrolet. For just $257 a month and $1974 due delivery, lease a brand new Equinox 40 Wagon LT with two-wheel drive for 36 months. Buying, enjoy 0.0% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. Visit ParamusChevrolet.com today.
Your official home to talk New York sports is WFAN. Call us anytime at 888-808-1019. The Fan, 1019 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ Precision Cooking. Effortless results, chefiq.com. Kentucky up on Santa Clara early 16-13. And just last segment, we took a caller who brought up the idea of the Giants trading out of the number 5 spot, to which Evan responded something to the effect of, I don't know if there's enough great players that'll warrant a trade up, which then begs the question, how big a hypocrite is Evan?
Go ahead.
Evan is slamming the table that the Giants should be taking Jeremiah Love at the number 5 position. Evan, if he was that great a player, why wouldn't more teams be calling the Giants to trade up for him?
Because the fear is Tennessee's taking him at 4. You can't trade up for 5 for a player who may not be there.
No. If he's there at 5, instead of trading up now
different
on
story.
The clock.
That's a different story.
So you think teams would call the trade up for Jeremiah Love?
I think so, yeah. I do. I think so. I don't know. Here's the problem. I think 4 is going to be the sweet spot.
Even though yesterday Adam Schefter came out and said Titans are not interested.
No, I don't. I mean, what does that mean? I mean, Adam Schefter's a reporter, but he's also working for agents that's in the league that spreads information.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've got to be careful. And you've said this, too, about the Giants' interest in Love, that it could be a smokescreen.
Could be.
And it could be. So could that. So could that. I just think that 4 feels like, I mean, obviously you can go even safer and go to the Jets at 2 if you really want Jeremiah Love. But I don't think 5 would be the spot. I think 4 would be the spot. So, Sean, I get it. I respect that you are always looking to catch me in a hypocrisy spot.
Yeah.
But I'm thoughtful.
No, I mean, you wiggle out of it.
Am I wiggling? Every situation is different. Did I say anything incorrect there, T?
You're right. I would just say this. If Jeremiah Love is sitting there at 5 and you think the Giants should take him, then in my opinion, the phone should also be ringing from other teams interested. Otherwise, what are we talking about?
But if the belief is the Giants are legitimately interested in taking the player, then the phone's going to be ringing for the Tennessee Titans so you can jump them, not deal with them. I don't think you understand the way the draft works.
I do. And then when the Titans pass, you still call the Giants and say, listen, we want the guy you think you're taking.
At that point.
Right.
But that's on draft day.
Okay. But if the phone does not ring, then don't take him at 5.
If the phone... So you're going to base your decision on if someone else is interested?
Well, no. I'm basing my decision on it. I wouldn't do it anyway, but it just goes to show you that
you're basing the decision on who the Giants actually want.
Right. If he's that coveted a player, other teams should want him at 5 at that position.
Let me ask you a question, because your logic is so dumb.
It's actually not dumb.
No, it's not. It is. I'll tell you why.
I mean, it's reasonable, but it's not practical.
It's not real. It's not what any GM would think.
Yeah, exactly.
If the Jets' phone doesn't ring at 2, like no one is interested in trading up to get to 2, does that mean Arvell Reese is not worth taking?
No.
That's what you just said.
No. But the running back is different than an edge rusher.
I think you're right. The difference is Arvell Reese is, by all accounts, the best player in this draft.
Then why wouldn't anyone trade up, and why wouldn't the Jets' phone ring?
The difference is
based on your logic.
You could make the case
because a lot of teams already have edge rushers.
Yeah, or
could always use that.
You could make the case 3 different edge rushers belong to go at 2, and you'd be okay with any one of them if you're in the need for that. You can't make that case for a running back. David Bailey could go at 2.
Yeah, he's definitely less of a prospect.
He could, though. He's in the discussion.
Yeah.
No doubt.
It's going to be all about personality, I think. Ruben Bain's in that conversation as well.
Yeah. I think that your logic, like, you don't want to take Jeremiah Love, and that is fine. Like, I respect that. But I think you're bending yourself into a pretzel to give reasons why. Like, a team not trying to trade up for Love at 5 doesn't mean you shouldn't take him. That's bizarre logic. Honestly.
Okay. We're just going to have to agree to disagree. I think it's very sane logic that would just show you that the need is not there for the running back that high.
Okay. Let's see how sane Sean is with today's Friday spring edition of Cinco de Luncho.
Sean Moraes in the booth. Somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Loncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. And Evan, I've seen what you're doing. I'm not going to take the bait. You know it's not spring. I'm still in a winter hat. It's freezing. And I know you keep saying that to try to get me to react. I can see it in your face. I'm
saying it's spring because at 10:46 a.m. it officially became spring.
Okay. It's not spring.
Right, Tiki?
That's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Legally, it might be spring. It's not spring.
Well, at 2:46, I believe you're right at the equinox, right? And it's like 12 hours of sunlight, 12 hours of darkness.
Yeah,
equinox.
The sun is right on the equator.
Good for the equator. Nobody's lining up to buy mulch today. It ain't spring. All right. Without further ado, though, we have a big New York sporting event tonight and potentially Sunday night in the city of San Diego. As the St. John's Red Storm head there for their Rick Pitino has to get out of the round of 32 weekend. So I'm here to tell you, Evan, what the 5 greatest New York sports moments to happen in San Diego were.
Oh, I got a few.
Here we go, baby.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Number 5.
Let's go to Kentucky Derby Day in 2016. We're coming up on the 10-year anniversary. Bartolo Colon homering in Petco Park in a moment that Gary Cohen unfortunately made sound like the World Series.
He said it was the greatest moment in the history of baseball.
In the history of baseball?
Yes.
And he could act like it was tongue-in-cheek now. In that moment, he lived it.
I don't think he does. I think he owns it. Like, no, this was an all-time moment. But, yeah, it was crazy. Do you remember who he hit it off of?
I don't.
James Shields, of all people. Big Game James, as he was inappropriately called. And Cologne hit that home run, and it was definitely very cool, but I think it is one of the most overrated New York sports moments.
It's only because of how it looked.
I get it. And he was fat.
Yeah, it just is how the visual is what you remember.
And he was such a bad hitter that I think seeing the progress was crazy.
He's fat!
But that's
he grooved it for him.
That's the reason.
I saw a
belly.
belly.
Nod. Hey, it's your hit. Just swing.
Yeah.
Just put your bat out there. I'll hit your bat. Don't worry about it.
He's fat!
All right, here we go.
Number 4.
Number 4 is the 2009 divisional round. Nate Kading missing 3 field goals. The Jets score 2 touchdowns. Dustin Keller in the end zone, and they head to the AFC title game. They trailed 7-3 entering the fourth quarter of that game.
In the building. In the building. And as Joe said as we were walking in, the only time it rains in San Diego is when we're here, bro. You can't make it up because it was actually raining as we were walking into the old Jack Murphy Stadium.
What a goddamn disgrace.
Did it rain the whole game?
It rained. I don't think so. I think it was, honestly, Joe was over. It was like a misty rain.
Yeah, there's no chance it rained the whole game.
Can I tell you funny? I don't know if I can say this. Hey, you know what? I'm not doing it.
Oh, okay.
Number 3.
Had to do with women and had to do with that game.
Oh, okay.
All right, you know what? I'll give you this. So Joe and I sit there, good seats, Jets-Chargers playoff game, and these 2 beautiful women sit down next to us.
Oh, God.
And, I look at Joe. I'm single. Joe's obviously not. But Joe's like, not the day for this, bro. And I was like, me too. Like, I can't. What am I? I'm going to spit game as I'm watching the Jets season on the line? Yeah, so it made me laugh.
All right, number 3. Evan was on an airplane game, the 2004 wild card game. Drew Brees hitting Antonio Gates with 11 seconds left to tie the game. Nate Kading misses a field goal in OT. Doug Bryan hits a 40-yarder to win it in overtime.
That's why when you said San Diego, I think as a Jet fan, certainly of those 2 incredible playoff wins.
Yep. All right, here we go.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Game 3 of the 98 World Series. Scott Brosius' 3-run homer of Trevor Hoffman effectively ended that game and put the Yankees up 3-0.
Yep.
Number 1.
Number 1 is Andy Pettitte, then Mariano Rivera, blanking the Padres and getting former Yankee World Series hero at the time, Jim Leyritz, to fly out to end Game 4. The Yankees win their 2nd title in 3 years.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there would be anything else because the 3 that jumped out at me were the 2 Jet playoff games, obviously, and Cologne.
Yes.
But, not really. I don't know what else it would be in this great city of San Diego.
I got to tell you, Sean, that's going to be a forgettable Cinco.
Okay, I mean, that's
People
fine.
are not going to remember that you did that one.
People may not remember. I got to tell you, Tiki.
I think the tie to San Diego just doesn't resonate.
Right, okay. Can I just, real quickly inside my head, as I'm loofing my package this morning, as I often think about Cinco's at 6:30 in the morning, I thought to myself, what can I do that's St. John's related for Cinco? And I said, well, how do I bring everybody else into this? Well, what has happened out in San Diego that we could relive?
Yeah,
maybe St. John's channels.
I get the idea. It's just not going to be memorable. You're going to forget this. If Evan didn't write this down, he'd forget it in a week.
Oh, no doubt. I think and maybe you're worried that not enough people would care about this, but you probably need to actually do a Cinco on St. John's. Like, the 5 greatest wins in Johnny's history, or the 5 most brutal losses in Johnny's history, or the 5 best players in Johnny's history, or the 5 keys to beating Northern Iowa tonight.
Or who, if they lose, who is Rick Pitino bringing in the transfer portal?
Yeah. Okay, I think these are all great ideas.
Or who's Rick Pitino going to bench tonight angrily as somebody underperforms? Like some stupid thing like that.
My thought was, though, St. John's wins tonight. They're playing Sunday night. We are going to have a Monday St. John's Cinco, win or lose.
That's a good point. If they win tonight.
If they lose tonight, we're going to have one on Monday also.
Are we?
I think it's forgotten.
I think we turn the page to baseball and we remember.
I mean, shouldn't they win?
Of course they should win, but it's a 5-12 matchup. Like, it's possible that they lose. Northern Iowa, team that we haven't seen much of, and they have been in the tournament in a decade and a half. Like, we don't know what to expect.
Tiki, you know what? I'll do you one better. If they lose tonight, I will do a Cinco, and I can already guarantee you Rick Pitino will be at number 1. It'll be the biggest disappointing superstars that came to New York and failed. And Rick Pitino losing in the round of 64 passes Aaron Rodgers and the Jets.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
You can't lose this game tonight, Evan.
Sean. I will agree with you.
From last year?
There was no expectation for Aaron Rodgers.
What do you mean there was no expectation for Aaron Rodgers? What are you on? Something else?
There was no legitimate expectation.
What are you talking about?
He got hurt.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Everybody assumed the Jets were winning a Super Bowl.
No,
stop. Based on what? The Jets were going deep into the postseason based on what? And I remember having this rant, and you guys, it was epic.
Yeah, it was epic.
About how everybody thought the Jets are so full of talent.
Yeah.
And are they really? Are you watching tape on your team, or are you just saying that because you know their names? That's exactly what I felt that Aaron Rodgers year. Maybe Aaron Rodgers lifted them, but he hadn't done anything with the Jets. Rick Pitino won back-to-back conference titles. Yes. Regular season titles.
Yes, and the tournament.
And got into the tournament.
Yes.
And so if he loses tonight.
Yes.
Isn't that hugely disappointing?
Oh, I thought you argued against yourself right there.
No.
Rick Pitino has already done more in this city for our team or for his team than Aaron Rodgers did.
That's my point.
And probably even Kevin Durant.
So now isn't
because it's only one round that we won.
So now isn't the expectation you better get to the Sweet 16?
Yeah, no, the expectations are incredibly high for Rick Pitino, and that is
so
not.
If he doesn't do it and he loses to Northern Iowa today,
it'd be majorly disappointing.
You can't knock it out of the first weekend both times.
Yeah, but you can't say that's worse than Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, I can because
Aaron Rodgers didn't do anything here.
That's the point.
No. At least Aaron Rodgers got hurt. Rick Pitino is playing with his team.
Same old Jets.
There's a difference, and I think the Rodgers thing was a failure. Kevin Durant's teammates got hurt. Rick Pitino was playing with a full deck of cards. They can't lose in the round of 64 after they didn't make it out of the first weekend last night. This will be worse than anything we've seen recently.
I think you're crazy, but I got to think this through because there's got to be somebody.
You're getting triggered because we're talking about Aaron Rodgers and the Jets and not thinking through what we're actually saying.
And
I'm being logical, dude.
And I also admit I'm not a St. John's fan. I'm a Jets fan. I'm not a St. John's.
We also don't expect them to lose tonight.
So I got to rack my brain. I'm sure I'll think of somebody. There's got to be somebody who's passionate about St. John's and the Jets that can honestly answer that question.
It's almost like we set that conversation up.
So you know what? We'll call BT at 1 o'clock and we'll ask him because he's passionate. Honestly, I couldn't answer what he would want more as a fan, a Jets Super Bowl or a St. John's title. I have no idea.
I would say Jets Super Bowl.
I don't know about that.
Well, the difference with the St. John's title is he could potentially be calling it.
That's true. Do you get like a special ring for that?
I mean, you're part of the team.
Yeah. So maybe
right?
Maybe that's the answer. Anyhow, I'll get that answer. But Rick Pitino, while, they lose today, it's a massive disappointment. Nobody's arguing that. Absolutely. Has already done more for St. John's than Aaron Rodgers did for the Jets.
And that's the point.
That's not the point.
The point is now that he's already done more for St. John's than Aaron Rodgers did for the Jets. If he loses to Northern Iowa in the round of 64, that is massively disappointing.
So you're saying, let me get this phrasing right. It's a bigger Rick Pitino and St. John's losing to Northern Iowa tonight.
It's not about the star. It's about the moment. It's the moment.
It's going to be the most disappointing moment? I'll tell you, that Achilles tear is a pretty disappointing moment. That's up there, man.
He hasn't done anything yet.
But the expectation, see, I think you, with all due respect, over-exaggerate.
I hate expectations, though.
I understand, but I think you over-exaggerate and also undersell the Jets in the Aaron Rodgers era because I can only speak for myself. I never once said they were going to win the Super Bowl.
You didn't, but your brethren did.
I'm only speaking for Evan.
Okay, but I'm not. I'm speaking for I'm speaking for what we heard for weeks on this damn station.
But you're talking in generalities, like you're talking about a group of people that you can't define.
Aaron Rodgers coming here made the Jet fan think that they had 8 All-Pros. I'm telling you, that's the facts.
I thought the roster
and it
was
pissed
good.
me off so bad that I went off on you guys.
I know, but I think you turned out to be right. You turned out to be right, but I thought the Jets had a good roster. I thought, and they
did.
They won 7 games a year earlier with no quarterback.
You did.
Okay, that's all I can talk about.
You did.
I can't speak for Johnny B on Twitter. I'm speaking for Evan Roberts.
Yes, but
I never thought they were winning a Super Bowl.
We are giving you your comeuppance.
I'm not taking comeuppance from some guy with 9 numbers on his social media.
Not you.
I'm speaking for myself.
Does he have a blue check mark?
Everyone has a blue check mark
because he paid for it.
Yeah. I just did too, by the way.
Did you really?
I didn't want the blue check.
Come on, Evan. Dude, really?
Can I give you the reason?
Why?
How vain.
It had nothing to do with the blue check mark. I didn't care about that. I thought that it would be cool, and I don't know if I'm going to continue this, of possibly having the Rico on the Twitter video, and I guess you have to buy that stupid service to have that happen.
Who is sitting and watching X for 40 minutes while you do a Rico?
I don't know.
On David, whoever. I'm trying to think.
David.
I wanted to say David Wright, but I was like, wait, he's not on the team anymore.
Yeah, I just feel worse that I gave Elon all that money. Let's go to John in St. Louis. Hey, John.
I mean, you give the Nets all that money.
Hey, what's up, boys?
It's true. What's up, man?
What's up?
So my original call was for Tiki about the bye week, not bye week, about the extended.
Sitting out a game if to play 18.
Yeah, if I may, I'm not a big St. John's fan, but I grew up shooting sporting clays out east with Coach Carnesecca.
Oh, nice.
And I think, what an amazing man. I think Pitino's already achieved the level of bringing St. John's back to a place it hasn't been in years. That Aaron Rodgers, it's already come and gone. But back to the point, Tiki, as a player, wouldn't you rather want the 2 bye weeks in an 18-week season?
100%.
And not? I feel like no player's going to want that because you're going to get these Josh Allen, padded stats where he's going to take a snap in week 18 and then just go sit on the bench.
Right. So I think the 2 bye weeks is so much more preferable than being forced not to play. Because I mean, look, it's a lot of this is probably incentive based, and like you can feel a team manipulating a guy and saying, "Hey, you got to sit now," and then not getting a $250,000 like incentive.
Right.
Like that would piss you off even more.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see that. We'll get you ready for the St. John's game. BT is the analyst with John Minko, so we'll pick his brain coming up in a few minutes. Stop dealing with your neck pain, backache, sciatica, and go see 3 double board certified pain specialists at Samwell Institute for Pain Management. They specialize in headaches, migraines, and nerve pain, and will get you back to feeling yourself again with minimally invasive and non-surgical treatments. There are thousands of 5-star reviews who trust Samwell for pain-relieving solutions. Same-day appointments available with offices in Colonia, Livingston, and Englewood, New Jersey. Turn to Samwell Pain for effective pain-relieving solutions. Visit SamwellPain.com.
Are you an ambitious New York business? Well, guess what? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for you to partner with them and become an Amazon Hub partner. You and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area when it's convenient, and with each package delivered, you get paid. Amazon has no startup costs for this, no long-term contracts, and no delivery experience required. It makes it easy to earn some extra money, but maybe more importantly, gain some extra exposure for your business. Hey, here's a package for you. Why don't you come check out my store? Sign up and learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
John Shire and Duke avoided not only an all-time NCAA tournament disaster, but an all-time sports disaster by coming back to beat Siena 71-65. And man, what an indictment on John Shire to have Malik Brown say at halftime that they thought it would be a cakewalk against Siena. Duke could have very easily lost that game, lucky to win. Now John Shire has a chance to rewrite the way the story is going to go. Duke got very lucky. I'm Nick Custos.
Furnished by IntelliBrands. Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Get an Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact. Improve your flexibility and balance. Strengthen and tone your legs.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better, and it makes me feel stronger too.
My circulation is moving. I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
It's so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. And for a limited time, get a free upgrade to our deluxe bundle with a faster motor, sport mat, and wireless remote. Call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212. 800-555-1212 now. These statements and products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-358-6868. That's 800-358-6868. Again, 800-358-6868.
Question: what business couldn't use extra income? Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Right now, Amazon Hub Delivery is looking to partner with ambitious New York businesses to become Amazon Hub partners. You and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area when it's convenient for you. With each package delivered, your business gets paid. Sign up at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
Accident victims, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. What do you think matters most when you have to hire the right lawyer? Experience? Well, I've been doing this for 35 years, and I've handled tens of thousands of cases and recovered hundreds of millions of dollars for people just like you. To me, what matters most is that I actually care. I'm going to make sure you have a say in what happens with your case. You, me, and our entire team of over 50 trained professionals are going to fight together to get you every dollar you deserve. Because for me, it's personal. Your pain has a price, and we're going to make sure the insurance company pays. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, and we'll come to you 24/7. So give me a call today at 888-24-LAW-24. That's 888-24-LAW-24, and ask for me, John D'Agostino. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank. NA member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
She held your hand for your first steps. Now she needs yours. Maybe today it's your mom, but one day it could be you. In New York, most long-term care is paid for by Medicaid, even for middle-class families. But state Medicaid has fallen behind the cost of nurses, behind the cost of inflation, medicine, and quality care. After a lifetime of work, dignity shouldn't be optional. Underfunding care is a choice. Tell Albany's leaders to fund long-term care.
Paid for by New York Coalition for Dignity in Aging.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. If you love eating great food as much as I do, you have to listen up. The Chef IQ wireless thermometer and the mini oven are must-haves in your kitchen. The thermometer helps perfectly quickly cook your chicken, fish, or meat, and the oven is an all-in-one hero that bakes, broils, air fries, toasts, and more. I've been telling you now for the last year about these great products and how they've changed my life, so now it's time to change yours. These are amazing products at amazing values. Go to chefiq.com and don't forget to use the code word BOOMER to save big at checkout. That's code word BOOMER at chefiq.com.
All new Dunkin' Zero. Only 20 calories, 0 sugar. The all-new revitalizing energy drink made with B vitamins so you can actually feel good about it. Struggling to make it through the afternoon? Wishing every meeting was an email? Sounds like it's time for Dunkin' Zero. It's the perfect pick-me-up without the spiral, and it comes in 6 delicious flavors like Sun Zest and Glamberry. Dunkin' Zero. Only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Zero drinks contain caffeine from caffeine and guarana. Beverages are fruit-flavored, contain 0 fruit juice. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Make the smart choice, the Mazda CX-5. With standard all-wheel drive, advanced safety, and effortless handling, there's more to a Mazda than meets the eye. Drive a Mazda CX-5 and elevate your journey wherever the road takes you. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire.
Sports news here. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station.
Coming up in a little more than 6 hours from now, St. John's has a chance to advance to the weekend and get to the round of 32. And out there in California right now, I heard they were sharing a room together, John Minko and analyst Brandon Tierney. Is it true that you guys were sharing a room or no?
Dude, I think I'd rather take a bullet to the head than walk around seeing Minko and tighty whities. Are you kidding me? There is no chance I would do that.
Right. You grow out of that when you're like 23.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, exactly. Earlier than that, Tiki. More like never. More like when I was 9.
I do have a very important question. I genuinely don't know the answer. As a diehard Jet fan and obviously a diehard St. Johnny's guy who now is a broadcaster, so you have an even deeper connection. If I gave you the choice between a Jets Super Bowl and St. John's winning the whole damn thing this year, which one would you pick?
Man. That's a unique one. I mean, I've got asked a lot about the Knicks and the Jets there. I'd go St. John's just because I would be intimate. I'd be involved in it, man.
That's what I said.
Come on.
That's what I said, BT. Because I know your dream is to coach or at least to call a Final Four or Sweet 16 game for St. John's, and that could happen this year. The chances are daunting. Obviously not tonight with Northern Iowa, even though anything could happen, as we saw with Siena and Duke last night. But I mean, after this, it gets really rough. Right, Kansas likely, and then obviously then Duke, and then maybe UConn again. The challenge to get to the ultimate stage here for St. John's is real. Is there real belief amongst the St. Johnnies of the world?
Yeah, there definitely is. I think that, I mean, geez, if you don't believe now after winning 31 games last year and winning the Big East championship again this year, then just tap out. Yeah, I mean, you're never going to believe. You got Rick Pitino, you got Zuby. I mean, I'm sure you guys talked about it a little bit after Selection Sunday. St. John's obviously got hosed a little bit with the seating, and that's kind of your point there, Teak. Where, and by the way, I didn't spend a lot of time on it only because my mindset's very simple. Hey, you know what? Grit, tenacity, toughness, defense, Pitino, Zuby, those things will get on a plane and go anywhere. No matter where you're going, it's going to travel. But I think where they did get hosed, I was less concerned about the number 5 and more about 3,000. They're not going to have a lot of fans here. You know, it's a logistical nightmare. I know the TSA is a mess everywhere back home. We chartered out here, so it was pretty easy. But I think that, it's got to be one of these couple of years. I mean, Rick said it yesterday, Tiki and Ev. He's 72. He projects very youthfully, but you just never know what God has in plans for health. You just don't. So, the window for St. John's to crack through and get back to a Final Four, it's not as wide open as some people think. I think they've got a hell of a team. I wish they shot a little bit better in the backcourt, to be very honest. But they've got as much acclaim as Kansas or anybody else that they're going to meet. Zuby's that good,
right?
And so is Rick Pitino.
Well, let's start with this game tonight. So all I really know about Northern Iowa was 10 years ago. I remember when they made the tournament, they went on a little bit of a run. So I remember that, but they haven't been there in 10 years. What have you learned about Northern Iowa, and where can they be dangerous to pulling off the upset tonight?
No, I don't do any research. That's all mink. I just show up and I call the game. I'm half kidding. No, I've done some research. By the way, before I give you a very quick scout report on Northern Iowa, Dedrick Ward, former Jets receiver, was at Northern Iowa.
How about that?
You didn't know that? You don't remember that?
I don't remember that.
Okay, I'm surprised. I got you.
There you go.
So listen, they're the complete antithesis of St. John's. St. John's wants to get up, get a rebound, push it 90 feet plus, and get on the break, and they're looking to tilt 85, 90 plus points a night, where Northern Iowa is they're going to try to take the air out of the bowl a little bit. I don't want to get too geeky here, but the one thing that St. John's fans need to look at tonight, right? They've got this backline defense. Teague, you know all about this from Bennettwood, Virginia.
100%.
I mean, you and I talked about many times back in the day and doing the national stuff. So what they're going to do is they're going to force St. John's to take threes, which is a little worrisome. That's obvious. But the other thing that they're going to take away, they're very good at taking away interior passing. And I think that might actually be Zuby's best skill, at least in moving on to the NBA eventually. For Zuby, he leads the team 5-6 assists a night. I mean, routinely he's in that 4, 5, 6, 7 assist window. So that leads to a lot of backdoor cuts, Dylan Mitchell, some easy dunks, Hopkins, blah, blah, blah. If that's taken away and St. John's, we're going to that second TV timeout and St. John's is up a point or down a point and it's like 13-12, 14-13 and it's ugly, you might be in for a 40-minute kind of a game that you don't want to play, because the one thing about Northern Iowa, they and the stats bear this out, they really do get you to play their way.
Yeah.
And that's the onus on St. John's. You got to make sure that doesn't happen.
Hey, BT, I think you're best is suited to answer this because you're so tight and around this team, and you were around the team last year. But there's a lot of transfers that Rick Pitino brought in this year. It was, I think, nine transfers they brought in, and 4 freshmen and 2 guys that they kept. And one of the things that I kept hearing was culture. We changed the culture with the transfers that we brought in. And some of these guys are talking about, oh, it's Rick Pitino. I'm kind of starstruck. What is the culture of this team? And as Rick Pitino tries to, and it's like he's got to do it every year. Like he's rebuilding something every year. What's the culture in this team?
Well, it's funny. It's like it's got a very nebulous definition, like culture. You can define it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Tig, from when you played, you either have it or you don't.
That's right.
And Ev, the culture of the station's either really good or like you just know culture when you're in it, good or bad. Listen, the bottom line is this: if you're not here to work, then you ain't playing. Like that's it. Like that. I think the culture starts there.
Right.
It is the high. Like I've gone. We tape the TV show Wednesday or Thursday, me and Rick, for the Red Storm Report each week, right? And I think only once they lost. Oh, one was after the UConn when they got smacked up there. Every other game was a win. And I'll interview Rick and I'll interview a player. And a couple of times the players have said, man, we're going to get our asses handed to us in practice today. And they had won the night before because the win wasn't as impressive or the way Rick thought it should look there schematically and aesthetically. So I think when you have that kind of a demand, there's no tolerance of anything other than basketball and hard work and all in. And I think in a weird way, the NIL, because of the money, has enabled St. John's to leap forward and join the titans of the game. That's obvious, right? They've spent money, they've won. But the one thing that it's kind of done is take away, I think, Rick's greatest strength, which is player development. You get a skinny freshman, you put him in the weight room, you drill him every day, sophomore a little bit better, like Donovan Mitchell, then junior, he's ready to go. But, it's more of a microwave player development. So what I've seen from these players is that the first month and a half or so when they lost a lot of non-conference games that would have hired their profile or elevated their profile, the new players were mechanical. They were kind of thinking. Now they're flowing. Now they know what to expect, and they know if Rick lights them up and pulls them, they're going back in. They've learned how to deal with the nuttiness and the demand that is Rick Pitino.
St. John's, Northern Iowa tonight. Brandon Tierney will be calling the game with the great John Minko. This is a complete helicopter opinion because I'm not watching the games the way you are, especially that non-conference schedule a few months ago. But I had this view, probably just watching the Big East tournament, where I'm like, I feel more confident in this team this year in this moment than I did last year. Now, I get the bracket stuffer.
Right.
So, but the team itself, I don't know why. Is that a crazy opinion? How do you kind of compare your feeling about that team last year entering the round of 64 versus this year?
Yeah, that's interesting. I really don't look at it that way too much, but I can obviously here for the sake of the question because it's an interesting, thought-provoking one. I think that last year, and I think I speak for all St. John's fans who felt this way last year, not that they didn't want to win last year. Of course, they wanted to have some riveting run. And with Lewis, RJ here, and obviously Zuby, the other players, there was a thought they could go maybe to the Final Four as a 2 seed, maybe mess around and maybe win something big, right? But because it was so new, it was almost like, we'll get them next year. Like, all right, hey, it sucks losing round 2 and going home early and not getting to the Sweet 16. But it felt new and it felt as if it was just starting. I think what's beginning to click in now is something that I said to start the conversation here, Ev, is that, there's an awareness that Rick's not going to be doing this for 10 years. And there's only one Zuby Ejiofor. And he's up there with the Mullins and the Jacksons and the Berries and those old-time greats. I know it sounds odd, but he really is. So I think that it's more pressing. There's probably a little bit more internal pressure now for the university. And I think the one thing that's also changed for the fan is that the fans now kind of expect to be good. Like last year was like, oh, wow, we're kind of back. Wow, this is what it feels like to be relevant again. Now it's like, no, we're going to smack you. Like we're supposed to win. We're supposed to be really good. And I think that that's permeated the team, the campus, and the fan base. So they do expect, it's a good question. And I do think this team's a little deeper. But, the shooting in the backcourt, I wish they had one more sniper. I really do.
Yeah, no, it's coming. And you mentioned the Pack-A-Line stuff, but the hater, the doubter of St. John's would say, well, this team can't beat the good teams. They lost to Alabama, they lost to Iowa State, Auburn, Kentucky. Those were all back in November and December, I think. But anyway,
it was.
But I think you kind of answered this question with they're new, like they're transfers. They're just getting used to what Pitino wants. But how would you address the team, the hater that says, yeah, they're overrated? It's just they're only getting this much love because it's Rick Pitino.
I think I would address those haters the way I've learned to address every haters. I'd tell them to go take a hike, man. Honestly, like if I was on my show, I'd tell them to F off and I could actually say it. Like that's what I would say. Who cares, man? I mean, right. Tiki, we all have them. You still have them from whatever reason, even though, obviously a lot of people love you. Evan, you have them. You're not with Joe, you're not with Craig, or you do it. Like, there's just haters everywhere, man. Who cares? I think that really the restoration of the brand of St. John's has been welcomed by the NCAA because it's very much like it's very much like almost like a canoe without an oar because it's uncharted territories and the players should get paid. I never have an issue with that. But the transfer volatility, the unrecognizable rosters, the changing of the conferences, who the hell even knows who plays where anymore? Like it's a joke. The NCAA is a joke. So I think in a lot of ways that you have a throwback, the largest Catholic university in the country, with roots and the great history that's kind of woken up the older generation that may have taken a little nap, but I also think energized the younger generation. That's actually good for college basketball, and it's good for New York. Listen, here's the thing about St. John's. Even when they're average, they get covered like the Knicks. This is the story. Like WBC's over. Yanks and Mets aren't playing for real yet. Knicks, all right, we'll start really counting, 13, 14 games when it matters. Jets and the Giants draft coming up. Giants hired their coach already. Jets have made their moves until the draft. So right now it's St. John's platform. And it's the biggest one. It's a pro town, but St. John's owns it right now, and it's fun. But you got to go more than one win. Like you got to punch through to validate that.
And that's what I'm so curious about. We're talking to Brandon Tierney. So when the Yankees start next week, most Yankee fans will say it's World Series or bust. It's championship or bust. It's kind of simple. The Mets, it's a little bit more complicated. Maybe I'm a loser. Just get me to the postseason, win a round or something. What's success for St. John's, because this bracket is brutal, and they did sort of get screwed with the way things laid out, and they will probably be underdogs after this if they take care of Northern Iowa. So based on a lot of what you said about Rick, and he's not going to be here forever, the time is now. To you, what is the minimum amount to say, okay, this was successful?
I mean, you first of all, you have to get out of San Diego and you have to have another game. Like, if they lose to Kansas, it's not a success. I'm sorry. Now, the university might view that differently. I wouldn't. I mean, I would say that, you did the same thing that you did last year. You won a game and then you lost a game. Now, at that point, I don't want to hear about seedings or the committee hosed you. And by the way, there is a bias. Like, the Big East is kind of pushed aside because of TV contracts. I mean, St. John's UConn was on Peacock. I mean, no disrespect to I know, Tiki, you're a big soccer guy. Peacock's good, but I don't want to watch UConn and St. John's on Peacock.
It's not on the same level as the Champions League.
No, it's not.
It should be higher, for sure.
You would think, right? So in a lot of ways, the Big East has kind of been, branded a bit of the smaller little brother syndrome. But I don't really get wrapped up in that, because this is the great equalizer. You step on a court, it's the same dimensions like in Hoosiers when they measure still 10 feet, 94 feet, 50-something width, let's go. Play basketball. And if you play the way you played most of the year, you will win tonight going away, and you will beat Kansas. I think that St. John's is better than Kansas. I don't know that they're better than Duke, but you got to win twice. You got to. And then, you worry about the next weekend. But while I will stick, like, say if they lose to Kansas, right? I will walk away with great memories, having a lot of fun with Mink and doing, getting to travel and selfishly doing cool stuff. But you can't possibly look at it and say, and stamp it an absolute success. You have to get to weekend number 2. You have to.
Now, Brandon, I had no idea about this, and this was a bombshell the other day. Giannotti revealed he pranked you as a fight that you guys had last year. Were you stunned by this, or did you kind of be like, I knew?
You knew after a couple days, didn't you? You had to.
I didn't know.
You didn't?
I swear to God, I didn't know. No, I didn't know. I'm trying to take by the way, I'm trying to take the high road on this. I'm warning everybody. I am trying to take I will address this at some point on my show. I'm trying to take the high road. All right. I will say this, and I know that that's part of Greg's thing, and Greg's funny, whatever. I don't have an issue with Greg, but I mean, would I do that to somebody? No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I think when you talk about, I'm going to get serious for a second, and if anybody doesn't like it, that's too bad. I think that when you look at something like that, underage drinking with college kids, I've had this job for 20 years, and I've treated with great integrity, and to joke around about that is not something that I liked and not something that I respect. I'll leave it at that, because I'm a guest on the show and I no longer work at the station, and I don't want to be that guy that comes in and just tries to start a fire and just be that dude. I'll just say, I'm looking into the camera and I'm literally saying, would I do that to somebody that I worked with that was a teammate of mine? Not a chance in hell. That's not how I roll.
Yeah, well said.
I wouldn't have been able to pull it off, personally. I'm just being honest.
And by the way, good job bringing some levity to it. No, that did bother me a little bit. No, it did. It bothered me a little bit. It bothered me a little bit, but whatever. No, you couldn't have pulled that off. You're too much of a geek to pull that out. I mean, I will say, Greg did. The execution was good. The execution was good. I remember, and I heard the clip. Somebody sent it to me. And I'm like, good God, you sounded like a lunatic. You want to fight people over this? I mean, I hadn't heard it in a while.
Hey, that's natural reaction. That's natural reaction. It happens.
If anyone can pull it off, it's him. He's the greatest imitator of all time, whether it's Mike or Joe.
He's a good imitator. I wish he would have imitated being a good teammate and not done that, though. You know what I mean?
He was just busting balls. You know the way.
I got you.
Have a good call tonight, John Minko, Brandon Tierney. We appreciate it, man.
I got you guys. Thank you very much, boys. I'll see you. Let's go.
Thank you. And St. John's is in the window seat tonight. Tonight's window seat is brought to you by Windorama. Save up to 40% on new windows and doors. It is Friday, so Idiots with Idioms is coming up in a few minutes. Plus, we'll get back to your calls. 888-808-1019.
Listen up, guys. It's time for a healthier you. My good buddy, John Gallucci Jr., CEO of JAG Physical Therapy, always tells me how important it is to focus on your biomechanical chain to reduce injuries. Now is the time for you and your loved ones to turn to JAG and get stronger and function at a higher level. Their dedicated team of physical therapists at JAG Physical Therapy will develop a plan specifically for you. to help prevent injuries. And if you have an existing injury, their expertise and commitment will help you get back to the life you love. Schedule your appointment today at jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Flag & Anthem, real clothes for real life. Check out Flag & Anthem's new college game day shop with all the gear you love. Now with your favorite school's logo. And don't miss Flag & Anthem's latest spring drop with Wear Now gear. Flag & Anthem has you covered. Visit flagandanthem.com and refresh your closet. Flag & Anthem, premium clothes without the premium price tag. It is also sponsored by Kalshi. Trade on anything. March matchups are here, and now you can trade the tournament in all 50 states with Kalshi. On Kalshi, you are trading against peers in a live market. As the odds move, you could buy in and out of your position all tournament long. Download the Kalshi app. Use code FAN to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you beat the local #1 sports. Won another double-digit seed pound of flesh after VCU's electric comeback yesterday? Heard, Chef. 4-seed Alabama takes on 13-seed Hofstra, and Bama's missing their second leading scorer, Aiden Holloway, after he was arrested earlier this week. Classic tempo clash here. Hofstra plays slow. Bama wants to run, but both teams shoot a lot of threes. Hell, Bama couldn't quit the three if they tried. If they're not knocking down 40% of them, they're going home today. I'll take the points with Hofstra. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
At Citizens, we help make sense of your money and all your money questions.
Do I keep renting or finally buy?
Do I plan for a vacation or plan for a renovation?
How big of a nest should my nest egg be?
If money talks, what's it say to me?
Is cash still king?
Wait, when did a dollar slice go up to $3? Whatever money questions you have, Citizens has the answers. Make sense of your money at citizensbank.com/made-ready. Member FDIC.
Score up to a $50 bonus bet daily during March matchups with BetMGM's free-to-play fast break game. Log into BetMGM, play as the point guard, and choose to pass or go for a dunk. If you score, you'll win either a $50 bonus bet or boost token. The ball is always in your court with BetMGM, where you can take advantage of special offers and earn rewards points on every bet. Make a fast break during March matchups by playing as the point guard for your daily shot at a $50 bonus bet or boost token. BetMGM.com is where you'll find full prize details and terms. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply. All rewards expire in 24 hours.
Move and be moved in the Mazda CX-5, the smart choice for those who expect more from their drive. With standard I-Active all-wheel drive and advanced safety features, the CX-5 gives you confidence in every condition. Its effortless handling and responsive performance set it apart from the crowd. Inside, you'll find thoughtful crafted design for comfort and connection. There's more to a Mazda. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Everybody knows Town Fair Tire is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, beating all the local competitors with our guaranteed lowest prices. And now, with over 120 stores throughout New England, we beat all the competition, including the warehouse clubs, the online sites, and the local dealers. Yes, we beat them all with the absolute guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody!
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ Sense is a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released third-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Hey, did you know Verizon Home Internet covers more homes with faster speeds across the country than any other provider? Now you can get award-winning Fios Internet for just $20 a month for 3 years. Switch today and enjoy savings you can count on. Verizon Home Internet consists of Fios and 5G Home. Availability varies. Comparison based on FCC BDS data of home internet providers with download speeds over 50 megabytes per second, June 2025. Limited time offer for eligible new customers. Fios $20 per month plan with auto pay, mobile phone plan, mobile plus home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee. Applies only to the then current base monthly rate for Fios. Additional terms may apply.
Hey, this is Tiki Barber. Those of us living in New Jersey got hit with a 20% electric rate increase. If your current heating system is over 15 years old, it's time for a new high-efficiency carrier system. And there's only one company to call for a new one. My friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts for over 38 years. Older heating systems waste gas. So get your system checked now and save money with Edison Heating and Cooling. Contact them now at edisonhvac.com. That's edisonhvac.com.
Yo! What's up, Sean? Why are you yelling at me, Sean? I already did it, all right? Whatever you're saying I need to do, I've already done.
No, you did one. That was the same read 1 hour, and you didn't do it this hour.
Oh, my apologies. If new windows and doors have been on your list, don't wait. Windorama's offering up to 40% off your installation project when you purchase and install with them. We're taking major savings, top quality brands, and expert installation all at once. Upgrade your home and take advantage of savings. Visit Windorama.com or stop by one of their showrooms today. Windorama, your window and door specialist since 1977.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. 7th-ranked Kentucky is losing to Santa Clara right now. 35-31. Texas Tech leads Akron 40-34. St. John's on the floor at 7 o'clock tonight Eastern out in San Diego. Hofstra plays Alabama at 3:15 and just getting underway. 16-seeded LIU takes on number 1-seeded Arizona in the Ice-T game. Knicks in Brooklyn tonight to play the Nets at 7:30. And the Pittsburgh School District is closing public schools and making kids operate remotely for 3 days next month.
Oh, and they got to still go to school?
Because they can't handle sending kids to school and closing down roads for the NFL draft.
Wow.
Then
That's
you know
disappointing.
Then you can't have it. Then you shouldn't have the NFL
I
draft.
agree. If you can't handle regular school functioning with the NFL draft in town, you shouldn't have the draft.
Yeah, they shouldn't have it. There's plenty of cities that want it.
What makes it worse is they're making the kids still go to school.
Yeah, that's fugazi. Like, I understand that we live in this post-pandemic world where more things happen on Zoom.
Yeah, but that was a disaster. That was a disaster.
Of course
that was
it
an utter disaster.
It was a disaster, but yet a lot of companies have kept it.
Yeah, I'm not talking about companies. I'm talking about with school-age children.
Oh, school-age. Oh,
it's a disaster.
Keeping their focus.
And the parents now having to teach while not being the teacher.
Yeah, what about the parents that can't work from home?
Exactly.
They can't just send their kids to daycare. They got the kids having to go to school online.
School Zoom is not school.
No.
It's just a waste of time.
Yeah, parents have to take personal days.
Yeah,
in order to be at home while their kids are at school.
You guys are absolutely right about that. I do want to explain real quick, and we'll get back to your phone calls. And we have Idiots with Idioms as we take you up till the Carton Show at 2 o'clock. Yesterday, when Sienna had the lead on Duke, I was rooting for Duke. And I want to explain that because I'm not a bad guy. I wasn't doing it to screw St. John's. I was sort of forgetting about the bracket future of St. John's getting to avoid a matchup with Duke. One thing I've learned watching the tournament over really, I'd say my view has changed on this over the last 5 years, is early on, I don't want that much Cinderella. Because the problem with Cinderella is it ruins the tournament as it goes on. Like, Sienna beating Duke is fun until you wake up the next morning and know Sienna has to play again. That's the problem.
Right.
And I don't mean to be a jerk, and I don't mean anything against those kids at Sienna. They showed so much toughness yesterday where you've got them basically playing every second, every minute of this game, which is badass to go out there. I mean, Tom Thibodeau would be proud. Put it that way. Tom Thibodeau was watching like, yeah, this is my dream. This is my fantasy. So it is nothing against the school. It's nothing against the kids. But as I watch a lot of these potential upsets, I don't really want it. Like, I'll make an exception for LIU and Hofstra because they're local. But for the most part, I found myself saying, I want Duke to win. I think it'll be boring. I think we'll pay the price of the upset down the road.
Right, because then it becomes bad basketball because the likelihood of that early Cinderella win giving you a second or third Cinderella win is not very
correct. Absolutely. So I'm a forward-thinking guy. And so while I understand and respect everybody loves the Cinderella story and they're fun, they're occasionally fun. And I honestly only think they're fun when they go on like a massive run, like George Mason getting to the Final Four, right? Or Butler when they were the underdog originally, because then they weren't, and now they're in the Big East, and it's different. Go make it to the Elite Eight in the Final Four. You pull off this great upset in the round of the first round, and then you lose. It's like, oh, what the hell was the point of that? It just wasn't that much fun. Anyhow, before we get to your calls, every Friday at 1:30, we like to check in on us and some around our radio station and check in on all the mistaken idioms we used in the week that was. It's a little segment we like to call Idiots with Idioms.
Hey, you know what time it is? It's Idiots with Idioms. Idiots with Idioms. Idiots with Idioms. Idiots with Idioms. Laugh till you split your sides. Idiots with Idioms.
Current state of the Giants' offensive line
is heads and heels.
Not even close.
Above that offensive line.
Stick to football, Barber.
I've been watching football since I was 15 years old, knee high to a cow's knee.
I'm the lawyer, and then you'll get a chance to put me on cross trials or whatever it's called.
I think people are overlifting it.
Today, Junior!
I can understand the frustrations for all involved.
Welcome to hell! You're proud now as a New Jerseyer.
Right.
Oh, shut up.
Last night was a great poster boy.
I bet.
But once you start to get into the wee after hours.
Wee, oink, oink, oink. I swear, honey, it's 8 inches.
We're sucking! I got felled on by two drunk men.
I hate that guy.
Why do people go crazy for Kenneth Pollock?
Jackson Pollock.
Jackson Pollock's brother, Kenneth.
Oh, my God! They killed Kenny!
Why are you even bringing that up? It's like it's wallflower. It doesn't mean anything.
What?
I can eat my cake and have it too. I can win. I can have fun.
It's the other way around.
Damn it! He's fat! Yeah. Or you break your mother's back.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that what it is? Your mother or your grandma's crack?
No, Tiki.
Well, don't talk about your grandmother's crack.
Sex.
If you compare the amount of people living in Russia versus the amount of people in Canada, they dwarf Canada.
True.
So
when we throw it to the NCAA tournament, NCAA tournament.
Be a man.
I'm sure it was a heavy and hot topic.
Dogs.
But it burns a hole in his pants as well.
Strategery.
I love how you
Precision
stick it
cooking,
in.
Effortless results.
I'm sorry, that came out
Chef,
wrong.
that definitely.
Yeah.
Can we wrap that one up?
I apologize for that.
You and I need to have a three-way.
And the forgettable moment from last night and where it ranks with other forgettable moments.
Lazy and stupid.
Pure jubilation or jubilation, whatever the freaking word is.
Shut the hell up.
I'm reaching out to you with a hand of help here, Evan.
What?
Those are little wieners.
The tiny little wieners.
Where are you putting your cocktail wieners?
Then a guy goes, Behemoth,
Behemoth,
whatever.
You fat bitch.
We addressed it yesterday. Juan Soto came across like a sore baby.
It's WFAN's Juan Soto Watch.
If you told me today you could have your choice of any sex tape of anybody that's ever been a public figure in New York City, I think Evan Roberts would be number one.
Excuse me?
Laugh till you split your sides. Idiots with Idioms.
What a week.
Wow. That was a deep one.
That was a deep one. That was a hell of a week. Appearances by Tommy Lugauer, Big Mac, Craig Carton, Boomer and Gio, Sean Tiki, and, of course, myself. Every Friday, 1:30, it's Idiots with Idioms. Good job, Sean. Sean puts that together, by the way.
Thank you.
Hey, well, it's more
well
like
done.
it's like a team effort.
Right.
You want me to give credit to all the people that deserve credit?
I think you should.
All right. First of all those clips, I'm not even kidding you, come from the official archivist of Evan and Tiki, Dan, who's literally a listener, who's so loyal, and all he does is send me idioms. No offense, I can't listen every second of every day. So, number one, credit to Dan. Credit to Andrew Kaplan, who does a great job in digital, gets all of those clips in the system, and then Sean puts it together in a beautiful, tight, big package. So
that's right.
Good
what
job
I'm
by
known
you.
for, baby. Tight, big package.
There you go. So good job by everybody involved. A lot on the table on this busy Friday, so why don't we hear from you? 888-808-1019. Gary is in East Meadow. Good afternoon, Gary.
What up, Gary?
How you doing, Evan? I was talking about the Florida proposal about the players taking one game off.
Yeah.
Okay. I think where that's coming from is every time it's been brought up in the past, everybody brings up, the injury factor in the CTE. So I think this is a way to get around that because the players have obviously already agreed to play 17 games. So this is a way to say we're not putting you in any more danger. So agree to this, and then everybody is a win-win.
Yeah, but it's also a way, I think, to keep – if I was a player, I would look at this as a way to force my salary to stay stagnant.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not okay with that.
And that's what they're trying to do. And,
Right.
and look, I'm not saying the NFL doesn't care about player safety, but it's not their number one priority.
No.
Their number one priority is 18 games.
It's
Their number
to
one
grow the
priority,
game.
grow the game and
Yes.
make a lot of money, right? And obviously 18 games is a big part of that. They're obsessed with it. They want it.
Yeah.
And would they do it at the possible risk of more injuries? Of course they would. Now, do they have to pretend like, oh, okay, well, we'll do this, we'll do that? Sure. But they want 18 games, and we're going to get to 18 games. It's just a matter of how we get there. I do not believe that the Mike Florio report of the players possibly being offered a situation where they still only play 17 games, but there are 18 games. I cannot see that actually happening.
No, I can't either. And like the NFL, we know the genesis of this. The NFL wants to be a $25 billion company. They're well on their way to doing it. That's why you see expansion of games overseas. Part of the reason that the 18-game season schedule makes sense is because it allows you to put a lot more games internationally and have extra bye weeks, because you're going to need extra bye weeks if teams are playing in Germany and France and all these other European countries, South America as well. It's even trickling into college football now. I mean, Virginia is playing their opening game in Brazil.
How about that?
And so, we know where the leagues, and I'm talking NFL, but also college, are going.
Here's what I like selfishly. Major League Baseball is about to start, right? We are less than a week away from opening day, which is crazy, right? Yankees Giants on Wednesday, the Mets against the Pirates on Thursday.
Right.
When the baseball season starts, you'll get a few days in March, and then you'll get April, May, June, July, August, September. That's 6+ months, and then the postseason, which gets you to 7 months plus of Major League Baseball. Right now in football, you've got September, October, November, December, January, and then a game in February, which is 5 months. That is 2+ less months than Major League Baseball. And if I do the same game with hockey in the NBA, it's even worse. By spreading things out, by having an extra bye, and yes, having an extra game, you're giving us, in essence, more football.
Yeah.
Because you're spreading it out and you're letting this season, which is so special, not be oversaturated, because I don't even think it oversaturates it, because you're really getting a little bit more football. It's just mind manipulation, right? Because you're spreading it out.
Right, there's extra weeks. And your team won't play on 2 weekends as opposed to just not play on one, but still, it feels like, man, the season's long.
Right, and
you're not going to miss your team particularly, because even if you are a fan of, say, the Giants or the Jets, you watch other teams.
That's the one sport where most people will still do that.
Yes.
And so I've been a proponent of 2 buys for a long time anyway, because I also remember it as a kid. Like 1993, there were 2 buys.
Right.
Like it occurred, and I thought it was great. Thought it was fine. It spreads the football season out. Like, do I miss watching my team? Not lately.
Yeah.
But in an era in which they were actually good, I mean.
The Jets are a sewer.
Yeah. I'd be, this is great. You know,
right.
I'll miss them. But at least I know they're back the following week. But they're going to do it eventually. It's just a matter of time. JR in Somerville. What's up, JR?
Evan, you're killing me, man. You're such a hypocrite with everything.
What?
It's everything, man.
Everything. It's everything.
Everything.
Name me one thing and then maybe a second
I'm going to start with Luka once again. Luka had 60 last night.
Okay.
100 points in back-to-back games.
Oh, jeez.
And you didn't even talk about him. You bring up his 73-point game from a game you didn't even see. You had Grok look it up probably.
I
The guy scored 100 points.
actually saw some of that game. And why should I bring up Luka's game last night? Because he's been playing his ass off? I mean, great. Good for him.
No. Listen, he's the MVP now. That's why. Because now with the rules of 65 games, he's the MVP
Yes,
now.
well, Kate
Also,
Cunningham is going to get screwed out of this whole thing because of the rule in the collapsed law.
Luka is taking it.
Okay.
Ron and the Don.
Yeah, but,
the Lakers, they're part of it.
Jared, here, but let's just stop right here for 1 second. Why is me not, or am I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Why am I not bringing up Luka so far? And by the way, the show isn't even over. I had a schedule for 150, but that's on you. Why am I not bringing up Luka hypocritical? What would cause hypocrisy? Like, I don't get that. Like, why is that hypocritical?
Well, that's a segue to my next point because I'm just calling you as a hypocrite because the other thing that you're also doing today is that you're a show for these billionaire owners and league owners as well. You're trying to push. I think they're giving you a check. You're pushing a 3-game. I mean, you're asking the question. You're not really pushing it. You're asking the question about a 3-game series in the NCAAs. You love this 18-game schedule. Okay, the worst rule that the NFL has, any sport has ever created, was going from 16 games to 17 games. I don't care about the anything that has totally ruined a lot of my viewing.
But Jared, that's fine. You've got my opinions wrong on a million different things. So let's start with the NCAA thing. I played a clip of a reporter asking the coach of Wisconsin about an idea that came from a Wisconsin player about making the Sweet 16 and beyond best of 3. It was a question. It was interesting. I never heard it before. I brought that to this show. We talked about it. Never once did I say, bang the drums, we have to have it happen. That's number one. Number two, as far as 16 games, 17 games, 18 games, I will tell you my opinions. They have not changed. I didn't want to go to 17 games. I thought it was stupid. I thought it was dumb for them to go to an uneven amount of games.
It's the same reason that we talked about going to 18 games. They want to be able to put teams internationally.
But you know what? For me as a fan, I don't care about international.
Yeah.
Now that they're at 17, guess what, JR? They got to go to 18. It is freaking stupid to have an uneven amount of games. So they did this to me. Don't blame me. I wanted to keep it at 16.
Right.
I thought it was perfect symmetry.
And to be honest with you, the players who pushed back against 17 should have just said 18 from when they wanted 17. They should have just said, let's do 18.
I agree.
Right. Let's take create a higher profit for us as the union side of this. As they're going to make more money, we're going to make more money. That's how you had to look at it. Instead, it became a health and safety thing, which I know is something to be concerned about, but not at the expense of making more money in a game that you're going to play anyways.
Yeah. And my issue was more about, I think an uneven amount of games is incredibly dumb. Like, I would have kept 16, but if you're going to expand, like you said, just go right to 18. Right. So now that we're at 17, I think it's stupid.
Right. And you're having the same argument all over again.
Yes. And then the last thing, JR, because you've said this a lot. I'm getting annoyed now. Now you're angering me. You said, I'm just in the pocket of the owners. You're talking to the guy who is screaming that they shouldn't even offer a salary cap. That sounds like I'm in the pocket of the players. So if you want to accuse me of being in the pocket of anybody, it is certainly not the owners of Major League Baseball. It's the players.
It's both.
What?
Exactly.
How am I in both pockets?
Because it depends on the day.
You know what that's called? Fairness.
I don't disagree with you,
That's
Evan.
called telling you like it is. I'm truthfully not in the pocket of anybody.
Right. But
I just give my opinions.
Yeah, you're only in the pocket for the players for the salary cap because you're fearful of missing baseball and you need it like your blankie.
Why does that matter?
It's true.
Because don't hide behind that you're really pro player. You're pro Evan not missing baseball.
Well, I think that's a big part of it, but I think the other big part of it is I'm skeptical that the owners even needed. That these billionaire owners have more money than they're letting on.
I don't think they.
I know you don't, and that's fine. We disagree. We don't know. Maybe someday they'll open up the books. But how about you just accept my opinions at face value instead of trying to figure out the reasons why I think certain things? You're right. Of course, a part of that is I don't want to miss baseball. But what's wrong with that? Why is that a problem?
It's not a problem. If that's your priority, it's not a problem. I'm just saying, don't say, how could you say I'm in the pocket of the owners? I don't want a salary cap. You don't want a salary cap because you're afraid you're not going to be able to score
But
games
I'm not in the pocket of the owners. Craig Carton is.
Well, I'm just kidding.
Actually, I'm not.
He just
pocket.
gets his information from there.
Yeah, that's all. And he believes what they tell him.
That's not the pocket. That's just him, shilling for the owners.
That's right. He's not in the pocket. He's just easily believing what they tell him.
You know what? Some might say when it comes to owners and Craig Carton, he's the bloody sock.
Because of the Jet stuff?
Yes.
You know what, though? Here's the problem with that. Because I would agree with you that, he just believes everything the Jets tell him. But he came on the air and backed up the same garbage that Aaron Glenn fell asleep. And the Jets denied that. So why not believe that part from the New York Jets? Because they came out and said it wasn't true.
Right.
And I guess I'm the only guy that actually believes Aaron Glenn didn't fall asleep. I still don't believe he fell asleep.
They don't know. They weren't there.
Okay.
I mean, when he jars his head up, there's no denying it.
Yeah, it's the shocking awakeness.
I've already supplied video of Tiki falling asleep on Evan and Tiki.
Yes, but there's no jarring awakeness. It's just a still shot.
Okay. I'll get there eventually. I'll find it at some point.
You know what the problem is?
What?
We stand.
Oh, so it'd be tougher to fall asleep?
And tough. It's impossible to fall asleep. I mean, maybe it's not. Standing without leaning, it's impossible to fall asleep. You will fall over before you fall asleep standing up.
I had the craziest idea the other day, and I wasn't going to take it to the radio, but now I am.
Go ahead.
What if we built cars where you can drive while standing? Bang.
Who would want to do that?
How would you do it?
So you're standing
your
up.
Feet would...
Yeah, you have 1 foot forward, and then you take it off and you move. Actually, that's a problem. I take it back.
I don't even understand
why your back would get all jacked up.
Lose balance.
Seriously. And then all of a sudden you're like falling down.
You know what? I now realize the problem with this idea. I had the idea.
But why would you even want to do it?
Because standing is more comfortable sometimes than sitting. You know what they say about sitting? I don't mean to be morbid, but they say sitting is the new cancer. No, seriously, like it's that unhealthy for you.
I believe that. Sedentary lifestyle, but it's rough.
Tiki knows what I'm talking about. It's like I'm being dead serious right now.
If all you do is sit in life, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not even that. It's just there's a lot of people who sit at a desk for 7 hours a day. That's just bad for you.
I agree. I would also argue standing and never sitting until you go to bed is bad for you because your body is getting worn out at a quicker pace.
Yeah, but you also have to move.
I agree. I think there's a balance.
You can't stand still. You can sit still.
Yes. Now, unfortunately, my idea of standing while driving, the more I think about it, I think it's a balance issue. Because like I'm putting my foot out to hit the gas and then move to the brake. I feel like I'm going to trip. So I thought of the idea while I was sitting.
Well,
so it was
unless you had like a bike seat. But under
so you're like sort of sitting but standing?
Exactly. You're like half standing. Or 3/4 standing, I should say.
Yeah. This is probably one of my worst ideas, I have to be honest with you.
You know what?
I mean, you have to completely redesign vehicles.
Yeah, you'd have to completely redesign it. Let's go to Artie in Brooklyn. What's up, Artie?
Hey, Artie.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call. All right. So Simpson, first round, or the Penn State quarterback in the second round? And
if you're giving me the choice. What's your answer? And then I'll give you an opinion.
Because either way, I'm excited, but because I don't want to see Geno Smith the whole year. I mean,
I agree.
Unless we make the playoffs, I want to know if I have a coach in 27 and a quarterback in 27.
No,
and the only way we're going to find out is if Glenn could prove that he could develop a quarterback and then make the team a defense. The only thing
that's not the only thing though, because I think if he is, remember he's calling plays this year on defense.
Yeah.
If they have like a top 15 defense, I'm not saying they are, but let's say they did, then even if the quarterback play is bad, I think Aaron Glenn it'd be pretty impressive. It would, and I think his job
would be
status,
very different than what we have seen.
Yes. His job status is odd because we had a conversation about an hour ago where Sean brought up, hey, Evan, you're being a hypocrite because last year this about the Giants. I do want to bring back the Giants for a second because I think it's complicated. Last year, Brian Daboll was on the hot seat, and it was very clear. And I remember one of the big reasons, drop my water, why I thought they should have replaced him before the season is I thought he was in a no-win situation.
Yeah, because you're going to get somewhere in the season where you're going to have a decision to fire him.
Yeah.
Unless he just is winning.
Right. He needed to win and win big. And also for Daboll, it was his 4th season.
Yep.
Okay. Is Aaron Glenn's 2nd season? His job status is very different. Like, if the Jets have a horrible season, will he be fired after year 2? Absolutely.
Yeah. He's got to be particularly bad, though.
Right. I think he's got an easier margin to keep his job than Brian Daboll did. Like, if the Jets go out and have a really good defense, but the quarterback play sucks and they go 6-11, I think he's back. Like, I do.
Counterpoint.
Am I wrong about that?
I don't think you're wrong from this. First of all,
what are you countering if you agree with me?
I think he is on the hot seat, but I'll even play your game here. Even if he's not, even if we set aside the role agreement, he's not.
Yeah.
If they aren't a playoff team this year and they're a 6-win team, he most certainly is on the hot seat at this time next year, meaning he's going to be even under more duress to get a quarterback that they may not love. So don't you want to be a year ahead of putting yourself on the hot seat?
What?
When it comes to the quarterback selection and doing it.
This year, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, so...
Can you explain that one?
He basically, do you want to take a quarterback that you don't love or play it out and take a quarterback that you probably are going to like even better next year?
Yeah.
If you're Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, the quarterback I like.
So taking a quarterback this year that you don't really necessarily love is almost cutting your nose off to spite your face type of thing.
But what if you don't have a quarterback next year you love and now you are under the pressure to do it?
But I think you're going to love one of those. I just think that you're going to be in a position where you're saying this guy is going to be good for us.
I think to answer your question though, Sean, then year 3 would be similar to Brian Daboll's year 4.
Right. So do you want to prevent getting him?
I'm just talking about this season. You're getting way ahead of the game on this. I'm just answering Artie's point because Artie said overall for Aaron Glenn to keep his job, he's got to show something with a young quarterback. I don't buy that at all.
I don't think
disagree.
So. He's just got to show something, period.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's why.
And Geno can be that quarterback. Not that he's your future, but if Geno performs and executes well, doesn't make mistakes, and by the way, that's kind of the first thing. Just not very similar to Dave's with Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, whatever you do not turn the football over.
Right.
Make better decisions. If Geno Smith does that and it's Aaron Glenn directing him, then all of a sudden Aaron Glenn feels like a very competent head coach.
And he will keep his job.
Yes.
So I think that it's very. No,
Geno won't play.
If he doesn't,
who are you going to?
Hold on a second. If he
it
doesn't,
becomes not your fault.
If he
it becomes
doesn't,
the quarterback.
But the defense has to show major progress, which is the first thing I said in this discussion.
That goes without saying.
Right.
That's regardless of what happens offensively.
His bar of keeping his job is very different than Brian Daboll. So I love the sports comps or the team comps. It's just not the same, which is why we try to do it, and I respect you trying to do it, even though it was really just to catch me as a hypocrite. It's just different. You don't think the situations are very different?
I think if Geno is bad and this team is winning 3 games and they don't have a quarterback to turn to, Aaron Glenn is not surviving the draft a quarterback.
I agree.
So
but that's not what I said.
But I don't think you could look at this as only like what happens in a positive. I think you need to get ahead of it.
I just said if the defense is good.
But you're asking all these ifs.
Then he's gone.
Which is why he's going to take a quarterback this year.
No.
Okay.
Not really.
I don't think it saves him like Dave's.
It doesn't
potentially save Dave's.
I agree. And also, Dave's was known as the quarterback guy. Yeah. Aaron Glenn isn't. It's just different, man.
Yeah, if drafting the quarterback is a Frank Reich thing. If Frank Reich wants, I don't know, Ty Simpson. I love Ty Simpson. Give me Ty Simpson. I promise you I can make him into a star in this league. And then he doesn't turn into that. That's on Frank Reich.
Yeah,
and Aaron Glenn is now going into his 3rd year, fires his offensive coordinator, hires somebody else.
Well, that would look bad.
It would look horrible.
3 year. It has to be major progress on the defensive side of the ball. Right. Like there has to be some goodness for him to keep his job. I agree with that, but I don't think that was the case with Brian Daboll. It wasn't just simply, hey, show me a little bit of progress. We're good. Come back for a 5th year. Aaron Glenn's trying to come back for a 3rd year. It's a different situation.
Yeah, I guess fundamentally we just disagree. I think Aaron Glenn's way more on the hot seat than you're giving him credit for.
No, he is on the hot seat. I just think he's on a cooler seat than Brian Daboll.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Let's find some common ground on a Friday before we sign off.
Yeah.
Because we disagree, but we actually don't. If you just listen carefully to me. Okay, listen very carefully. Aaron Glenn is on the hot seat, 1,000%. His way of keeping his job is a lot simpler than Brian Daboll's a year ago.
Yeah.
It was more complicated with more roadblocks ahead of it.
Yeah, and a lot of things had to work.
Yes.
Russell Wilson needed to be not washed. And if not, Jackson Dart needed to be exceptional and win games that they probably shouldn't have won. And he had to look competent in his in-game decision.
There was a lot of stuff there. And I think with Glenn, it's simple. They got to win games. Now, if your follow-up is, hey, Evan, if you had to make a long-term prediction, is Aaron Glenn going to keep his job? The answer is no. The Jets are probably going to suck.
Right.
And it's going to be bad, but maybe good because they'll get a top pick, and then there'll be a new head coach. The one thing that I've kind of moved on, just based on reading the tea leaves and seeing his moves more than even reading the tea leaves, seeing what he's done, is I think Darren Muji would keep his job.
Darryl, Mr. Smiles, Muhi.
I think he'd be hiring the next head coach. That's just my opinion. Anyhow, did you have a fun week this week?
Absolutely.
I had a great week.
No, you didn't, Sean. You were miserable this week.
What are you talking about?
As soon as you came back, you yelled at me for bringing up drafting Jeremiah Love at 5. Oh, maybe that was last week. I take that back. That was last week.
It's going to be every week from here until the draft. I'm used to it now.
That's a good point.
I'll see you in the fantasy draft Sunday night, Evan.
That's right. Our big fantasy league draft is on Sunday. Can't wait for that. Hopefully everybody has a good weekend. Keep it right here with the Carton Show. They'll keep you abreast of the NCAA action all day long. And we're back Monday at 10 a.m. Adios.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Hook 'em horns. Texas is moving on after taking down number 6 BYU 79-71 Thursday night. AJ Devonsa, well, he looks like AJ Devonsa scoring 35 of BYU's 71 points, but it just wasn't enough to beat the number 11 Texas Longhorns. Texas will now face